Okay.
Okay, right. Time for the Muzak. Do you guys want me to post it in the UP chat as usual? So if you want to listen to it, you can.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Please, guys, come on. Not you guys. just blank. Blank. Anyway.
We're going to start with this one. I love Skyrim music.
Skyrim.
You know, one of my friends was like, "Oh yeah, my fiance's happy to lend you, maybe even give you his PS4."
You should follow up on that.
And I messaged her like, "Is he still okay to do that?" She was like, "I'll check with him," and never replied to me. I want to play Skyrim.
She said to me that he wanted to give it to you anyway.
Okay. Anyway, so for the sake of Georgia, who has been away for a few sessions, quickly running through everything that's gone down.
You should do the recap.
Yeah. Let me just look at my notes very quickly.
You could also do it in character if you wanted, because my character also wouldn't know. So you could have someone in game tell me.
I'll do a very brief overview.
Okay.
And then have the details come from the character. So we went through the Northwind stronghold. We recovered various individuals who were trapped there. One of them being Gondo. Hang on, let me mute for a second. Gondo, who is a person of obscure and mysterious origin.
Wait, so he's not Sexed's son?
Oh, you do know! God damn it! I was like, wait, does she know? Because that'd be so funny.
No, I do know. You said at the blah 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 blah.
Devastating.
Of course.
Devastating.
You're going to inherit
blah.
Gondo, George?
Gondo's going to be son.
Your son.
He's my son.
I'm a babish.
This is the Cass harem run through.
Oh my god. Ulster's had a harem, now it's Cass. Right. So
Ulster and his harem of men.
Cass and her harem of
Everyone.
Everyone is.
Well, they also did get quite a few women after him in the end.
Indeed.
Namely Titania. Best conquest.
And so, back on track. You fight the jailer, the torturer at the Northwind stronghold, and Luran blows the whole place up.
Thanks, Luran.
Takes you to the Temple of Bahamut, where you begin your mission of research, evading Ender, convincing Ender that Kev is in fact Ulster, and escaping again. Sparks and Astra join the Librarians Guild, giving you access to all libraries throughout Praia, so that you might research all of the goings on and things relevant to you. And you leave the Northwind Stronghold. Not the Northwind Stronghold, the Temple of Bahamut. But not before being told about all the zombies that have been coming back from the dead, and being shown where they're keeping those zombies that they cannot deal with.
Mm-hmm.
And in amongst the cacophony of voices calling out to you, you hear one person who seems to stick out. An individual who calls themselves Moms's Valve but has no memories of how they got there, except that they believe that the Temple of Bahamut, or somebody wearing the robes at the Temple of Bahamut,
I'd get him.
there. You guys decide to free him, and after keeping him under close watch, eventually trust him and
Trust is a big word.
choose to
Bring him along.
Bring him along, with hopes that you'll be able to release him
Into the wild.
Into the wild.
We're going to rewild him. It's going to be great.
Leaving to the Bahamut, you head towards the Fang.
You cut out. Who do you want to release into the wild?
Oh,
Mum's Vespald.
Mum's Vespald. I was like, I thought it was a person you were talking about, but then I was like, is it Chrism?
No, not yet. Chrism is in a different place. In another place. Chrism is in this game.
Basically, whenever we meet a goblin, Lily and I are just gonna be like,
and I'm like, no, this is Prism. No, this is Schism.
No.
You guys make your way.
Aneurysm. Sorry.
You guys make your way towards the Fang, hoping to get onto Luran's ship. But you see plumes of smoke rising from the horizon line. You hear the yells of people running from something. And as you fly over the city, you see the Sultan Plank is aflame.
Uh-oh.
The bodies of these zombie-like ghouls, the very same that you fought in the sewers underneath the Northwind stronghold, are running through the streets and attacking people. They're even coming from the water.
Uh-oh.
You manage...
leave it. Just fucking fly away. It's fine.
Exactly. That's what the Ram wanted to do. Olstead jumps down. Bluey jumps down. Everyone's like, we're going to save some people.
Just the kids.
Olstead turns into an eagle to try and save Bluey. You guys pick up 2 extra children. And now you are flying.
Also can't fit on the carpet anymore because now there's 2 children there.
Yeah. Luran sends a message to his ship to reroute to the Axe so that you guys might safely embark on your quest down to Eldritch Watch. But for now, everybody except Cass is flying through the night sky.
Whee! I only have about an hour of flying.
So, Luran, steering the carpet, calls back. We're going to zip it all the way to the Axe. No stopping.
Olstead squawks.
What? You mean you can only fly for an hour? What kind of druid are you?
From the distance, you just see like a dog on a cloud go.
I love that shit. I'd be happy to run on the ground for a bit if Olstead needed.
Can you run 100 feet per second?
Not quite.
Per round, sorry.
Oh yeah, definitely not 100 feet per second. But 100 feet every 6 seconds is also a bit
much. Bit much.
Okay.
Wow. Maybe you should consider that next time you go down to say, wait, what are your names? And 2 crying children like just start bawling behind Luran.
Don't look down.
Yes, we can, Roger. 100% we can. So, an hour passes also, and you become dangerously aware that you're about to turn back into a human being.
I'm going to go back to the ground.
Okay. You land, and Luran reluctantly
Tumble.
pulls the carpet around.
That was a very long time in the air. I feel a bit. Start swaying.
Luran looks at you with slight judgment.
What?
Nothing.
Why?
Dunno.
You try turning into a bird and flying for 2 hours.
Okay, right. Let me just have a think, okay? And Luran opens up his map, and so does Emma. Oh, perfect. Right.
Can I go actually ask the children their names?
Yeah.
Hello, children who we rescued. What are your names?
They're crying.
He rubs their shoulders. It's okay. Would you like? He makes a strawberry.
The girl on the left, the older girl, says, "My name is Bonnie."
Bonnie. And their name?
The young boy on the other side says, My name is Lewis. No.
Oh,
John.
no.
Lewis, no John.
No, it's definitely not the first one. My name is
Cedric.
Bailey. They're three B's.
Oh, why?
Because I decided. Cedric Bailey.
Hmm.
Right, Bonnie and Bailey. Were your parents drunk when they named you?
Yes.
Anyway, they're gone now, so we're going to find somewhere safe to drop you off.
Excuse me?
It's really not that bad. We can make you a great life without.
Without parents?
Yep.
Bailey starts sobbing. Stops.
Didn't do very well.
Well, okay, maybe she was going to suggest something, but first she might sort of pat the kids on the back and then maybe get out her map of the Prayan temples.
Okay.
Are we
perfect. Yes.
nearby a temple?
You are. Perfect. That's such a good use of that from last game. So,
I just dropped them at a temple.
The closest
Inspirationally good.
sorry.
What?
Inspirationally good.
Well, you know what? Yeah, because I'm not going to give it otherwise, am I?
Yay! There you go, Anna.
Thank you, Eva. Thank you, George.
Right. If you look at the map of a prayer, which is in the Discord, if you like, the Fang
Yes.
is in the sort of northeasternmost, like part of a prayer. Now, if you go along the coastline, there are no other like large settlements that would not potentially be accessed by the ghouls because they're all on one main road. Luran has flown you guys back through the mountains in hopes of putting as much difficult terrain as possible between the party and the devastation in the Fang. Now, in an hour, like full pelt, no stopping, you can make it to the outskirts of Brohad. Now,
Bloody hell, Ulster's tired. Flying that fast.
I know. You can make it to the outskirts of Brohad, and if you look, opposite Brohad is Dion, and there's a little eye symbol.
We would like eye symbols here in this house.
And that is a temple just there. So you would have landed just above the Brohad sign, if you wished.
Okay.
Brohad,
Wow.
so much to say, and yet.
And
Why
yet
don't we
he failed.
Why don't we drop them off and then we'll go?
Luran says, that is a pretty good idea. Monsesvald, do you want to also leave? And Monsesvald says, what?
I thought you wanted to.
Well, now I'm a bit shook. I kind of need some support, some emotional support.
This is not a therapy group.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, you can do whatever religious quest you want to do in your own time. It's just, if you wanted to come with us, I understand if Temple of Bahamut, if you're a bit suspicious of them because we don't know who got you in that coffin, that you might not want to.
I thought it was this man. Also, thumbs through his journal and holds up the sketch of the Taoshiri man.
That's the person who tackled me to the ground.
Oh, so you've been tackled multiple times.
Well, so what happened? I have brief flashes of memory. The first being I was tackled to the ground by this man. Please, the sketch. The second being that I was.
Bless you.
Bless you. You hear a sneeze. The second being that I was accosted by somebody wearing the robes of a Temple of Bahamut worker, and I woke up in one of those drawers.
So you've been manhandled a lot recently.
I have been, yes.
Terrible.
Well, I hope you can work through that. Do you want to stay here or do you want to be somewhere else?
Because
I'm really bloody tired. We need to hurry up.
Where did you say we are?
We're near Brohad.
Brohad what?
Sparks is like, God damn it. Brohad, which is near Dion, which is near Tempest Run, which is near Temple of Bahamut, which is near the Fang.
Right. Luran says, to speed this up, Brohad and Dion, we should just pick one and hold up there because they don't like people who spend time in the other.
Thanks, Luran. Exposition.
Well, they're big enough that we'll be able to find a tavern should we need one.
I thought we were going to your ship.
Also,
what?
I forgot. Yeah, you're right. We are.
So I was correct.
You're correct. Yeah.
Right.
Off we go. Okay, so you guys disembark and you start walking through the wilderness.
Also looks so tired. He's just holding on to Astra like. Ugh.
So, as you guys make your way down this sort of slope of rock and grass, you come into a sort of like fade out of the forestry, and in front of you, you see the beginnings of what appears to be a mining town. Being amongst the hills as this is, where's the ship? Nobody knows where the ship is yet. Just so you know, George. It's on the sea. On the sea.
You'd hope so.
You start to come into this like quite small mining town.
Is there an orphanage?
All of the buildings here seem to be like hollowed out of like rough stone, but they are quite well-made structures, as you'd expect. It is not too late in the day, but it has become heavily overcast because of the smoke coming from the flame. You can smell it from here, and the villagers of Brohad have come out of their homes and like fallen into the streets to look at these like ominous clouds.
If we hold up a sign saying children to be looked after, do you think someone will pick them up?
We could give it a go, but I would maybe look. I wouldn't mind talking to some temple people, although they might be in the next town.
Why do we have to talk to more temple people? We've had enough of temple people. There's been so many temple people in the last few days. I don't really like temple people. They're really stressful for me, being temple people and all.
Luran just looks at you like, Astra, what do you think we should do?
Yeah, at that, just Astra just staring over at Brian like, this is fascinating. I will touch on that later. She wants to know. She's curious. I do believe we should probably make sure that the children are safely at the temple, being looked after by adults who are trained to do that.
Okay, how about you drop the children at the temple, and then we, the rest of us, stay here, and then we go after.
They just kind of like lean down a little bit to stare at him. What is your deal with temples?
because I cannot be seen at multiple temples. Do you have any idea who I am? And if the word gets back, then I'm going to be in lots of trouble.
Luran just mimics. Do you have any idea who I am?
Well, everyone knows who you are, apparently.
Yes, to both. But makes sense. Okay. So how about you two focus on Mumsrasfeld and making sure that he's settled,
Behaving. Oh, yeah.
and we'll take care of the kids.
Sounds good.
So, you continue walking and you start to kind of filter through the people around. There is sort of like a clear sense of like anxiety in the group here.
Oh my god, Lewis just messaged me.
Lewis? How? Wait, what did he say?
Do we need to take a break?
Yes. Hang on. Let me know when we're good. Okay. So, looking up at the sky, all of these villagers have kind of like come out into the streets and you guys pick your way through. It's a small town. You can see the length and breadth of it. No buildings go higher than 2 stories, if any really do that. Most of them are made out of rock and stone. But
I've asked her if she might come and stay with you at the end of the month for a night or 2.
streets are well maintained. The homes are well upkept, but it has got that kind of cozy feel that villages in the mountains tend to have. This is a mining town. Everything is well made and everything is well put together, and most of the people who live here are humans, half-elves, and majority dwarves. As you walk through, you turn heads with your eclectic group of people. The smell of smoke upon you and the 2 children covered in ash and muck you lead through mark you as survivors of whatever catastrophe these people have yet to hear of. And they watch you curiously and warily. And as you pass by their homes, one by one, the people move away, closing their doors and closing their shutters.
Do we maybe put out a newsletter?
I don't know how we could publish.
We could do a lino print and then just have a lot of paper and go and then scatter them over the city.
One of my friends down in town owns a printing press, but that would take a few weeks.
I think we could do it quickly with lino.
Okay, do you want to start setting that up?
Yes, he sits down in the middle of the street and starts going through his backpack to find lino.
Right.
Pulls out a small dagger, finds a bit of light lino. I'm going to start.
When did you invent plastic?
It's everywhere in the Maasai.
Oh no!
It's everywhere.
I don't know.
It's not sea turtles.
Yeah, fish just kind of cough it up and stuff. I think it comes.
I think a beautiful fantasy land.
I think Umbrella was trying to use it to, I don't know, replace the animal skins that we were using.
Oh.
Anyway, he starts cutting
Refuse
out.
to allow plastic into this world. Vetoed. It's not happening.
You start
Bang the
carving
devil.
into a wax tablet that
Okay.
you can make a stamp from, if you wish to.
He calls it Lino.
He calls it Lino.
Let him have it.
Yeah, for sure. The tablet's name is Lino. It's written on there.
That's
His
fine.
name's Lino.
And as you kind of sit down
Mm.
and sort of gather around, shutters close and things get quiet around you, you hear a jarring noise for this. Hear a jarring noise. Right. You hear a jarring noise from the path ahead, and you seem very out of place incredibly strange and as of yet undetermined as to whether friend or foe, but looking fun. A covered wagon, covered in fairy lights, aka fairy dust in jars, with a jovial bard playing what appears to be like DJ music at the front. The wagon is moving itself. There are no horses. And many patrons seem to be kind of like walking in its wake, kind of dancing.
The Hare Krishnas run!
And you kind of see, like, wait, what did you say?
It's the Hare Krishnas run!
Oh. And you see everybody is wearing like these robes. Hell yeah, why not? Wearing these robes, no. The sides of the wagon are rolled up. And it appears to be a kind of roving group of interestingly dressed people wearing clothes from all different time periods, all different countries and cultures, all mixed together in one.
Why are the Vishtani here?
Colourful mix for fun. For fun. And amongst the number, you hear the telltale voice of one of your members who you thought lost amongst the flames and rubble of the Northwind stronghold.
What?
Strong Cass.
You look up and you see like just a little dwarf who's just like on someone's shoulders, like stood, being like, "Oh yeah,
Oh
great,
yeah, oh yeah," and they're just kind of singing and dancing.
Also, just points. What?
It's so out of whack with everything around you. And when they see you, the cart pulls to a stop.
I thought she was with sex ed.
And the gnome bard at the front of the cart stands up and just says, "Do you want to join us?"
No.
Oh,
Making a lino cut.
okay. Do you mind if we pass? Because you're kind of blocking the street.
I was hit first.
I mean, you're sitting in the middle of the road. Hello, you, blue dragonborn.
Hello.
From dancing at the back, you hear "Blue Dragonborn," someone who doesn't want to move out of the way of a party. Oh my god!
Cass, you're reunited with your friends.
She jumps across several shoulders and then lands in front of Ulster/Brian and gives him a massive hug, even though he's doing something with the lino.
Hello.
Hello.
Thought you were with sex ed.
Hi.
Oh, I was for a little bit. I left him a little tied up.
Nice.
But the Northwind stronghold burned down, so is sex ed all right? Or have you all gone now?
No, he wasn't there. It's fine. He's tied up in a mining cart heading to a mine quite far away.
You're on the right track there, Jeff.
Oh, I get it. You were like, let's go back to mine, and then you put him in a mine cart and sent him. I get it.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Luran laughs.
And then I found these dudes and I just decided to party. And me and Luran always cross paths eventually because it's like he's drawn to parties. So I was like, I just
Also, I
need to
looked
stay
around.
where the drinks are.
That's true.
And
Well,
here
you
come.
missed zombies and explosions and lots of dead people, and these two are orphans, so we're going to drop them off somewhere.
They start crying again.
Their names are Bonnie and Bailey.
Their parents were drunk when they named them. That's why.
I see.
The gnome in the cart, kind of looking over you. Just like Luran comes over and gives you a big spinny hug.
Would you like the
Yeah.
children? Or Seth shuffles over to the gnome.
How many teeth have they got?
Don't know.
They start crying and trying to run away.
Does that matter?
I'm joking.
I was gonna say I could give you some of my teeth.
No, that's fine. No need for those anymore. We are in the business of picking up strays. If you're certain they've got nowhere else to go and no other family members to take them.
Sorted. We'll give you the children and we'll leave.
Um,
They look like friendly people.
Yeah, I mean, we do traverse the plains.
Yeah, sounds fun.
Okay.
The plains.
Oh, yeah, you know, so. And
Can
the gnome puts down his lute, but it keeps playing.
Can I finish my lino? Start making copies.
Can
Or is he
I
just-
insight and or history check?
You may, yes.
Maybe I'd like to insight specifically the plains, if that's all right.
23 on insight.
Sure.
Ooh. Unnatural 20 insight.
Okay. So,
I'm impressed. Ooh.
with an unnatural 20, you can tell that these people are, just from their attire alone, from a whole host of places, the likes of which you could not imagine. Just because this is what people wear. Like, these fabrics, especially you, I think, Astra, know, like, being as fashionable as you are. You know, these kind of fashion.
Also, it's like, they look normal.
They look normal. These kind of fashions, etc., aren't ones you would often find around these parts. But when you kind of look at them and you sort of like try and judge their countenance, they seem quite welcoming and they do seem quite nice. But none of them carry any weapons either. That's something you notice.
That's good for children.
Mm-hmm. And you've never seen a self-moving cart before. The closest you've ever seen is Luran's carpet. But the gnome says, "So, my name is Perky Pruitt, and I am the leader of my small group of Vistani.
That's so cute.
You can call me Perky."
In the meantime, whilst I'm making the lino cuts, can I move over to Cass and be like, so can you tell me about this tying up thing? I don't really understand how that could play into, you know, your sexcapades, and I would like to know about it.
Yes, though I think the better educator might be Luran, but I can definitely help.
So I don't understand how that's a nice thing, because I feel like being tied up is mostly associated with, and he goes on as he keeps making the lino.
So it's about a loss of control, which can be quite sexy in certain situations. Because I also don't tend to, in fighting situations, I like to be the one doing the murder. But in other situations, it is actually quite fun to both tie people up and be the one that's being tied. Like I said, I do
misprints one of
recommend
them. Oh,
Luran has a very good collection of silk. I do know that he has that because he's shown the ship many times.
Luran pulls his shirt off to show a shibari lace around his chest. It's like,
he is always prepped for a little bit of fun.
also dunks his head in the ink, right?
Is it ready?
Yeah.
Cass is going to look over at Luran and she's going to look down at Brian and then she's going to look at him and quirk her eyebrow in the universal symbol of the conversation of like, has anything happened yet? Or
also starts throwing out the newsletters.
Also starts throwing up. It's like, oh yeah. Just kind of like quirks as if to say, I'll tell you later.
She does a nod.
Okay. Now, getting us back on plot track.
Murder, fire, zombies in the fang, hear ye. Also runs up and down the street.
It picks up a pamphlet.
It's remarkably well done.
Picks up a pamphlet. Anyway. And
Also has
he
one
reads
talent.
over it. And the rest of his party kind of all gather around. There's about 10 of them in total. And they say,
Ooh. Sorry.
interesting.
That really set me off.
Ooh, interesting. Well, that does sound quite problematic, I will say.
Mhm.
These orphans here, they came from this attack.
Yes. Also throwing pamphlets.
Were there any survivors?
Actually, where were they all running to?
The hills. Indiscriminate.
The
Run for the hills.
There weren't no survivors, but it was yes.
Well, that seems quite intense. We might divert then away from the phone. Make sure that we don't pick up any unwanted guests. But these two children, yes, if you are insistent on them joining us, then I suppose we can take them along. Just so you know, we do travel between domains of horror and terror, as well as domains of fun and plenty.
Also returns. That sounds like fun.
Okay. Right.
Really, we're just looking to try and find them a new home.
Well, if you're unsure, the only other place I can suggest would be one of the many temples around here.
No, I think that this is a good option. I think this would be a much more fun upbringing for small children.
Cass is going to clear her throat and go up to the two children and be like, what would you like? Would you like to stay with these guys? I could attest that they're very fun. Or would you prefer to go to a temple?
They start crying.
Yeah, they do that a lot. They don't really speak.
Cass is going to like just look at Brian like,
the choice is yours.
That was
Her throat says. So, guys, what do you do?
They're really sad. I think it's because they saw one of their parents get dragged into the ocean by a zombie. And also because I keep talking about it.
Luran says, this one's up to you guys. I'm not getting involved.
I vote for the fun people because if I was their age, I would rather go with these people.
I would also like to go with these people.
I just think the
Honestly,
interplanar.
I would as well.
Cass puts all stare off.
All of a sudden, like you just see Cass and Brian like doosh 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 doosh.
Start dancing.
La 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 la.
But they're dancing to two very different songs.
Yeah. One is like synth music and one is like operatic. Meanwhile, everyone else.
What do you mean? Astro
Either
is right
way,
along with y'all
can we make
on the party bus?
decision
Yeah, that's true.
and head off? Because so I mean, I've not been here. Maybe but I'm quite happy. And things are going on. No?
Huh?
Basically, what are we doing with these kids? Let's make
we're
the
giving
decision
them
quick.
to the Vistani and then we're going to Luran's ship.
Yeah, because they shouldn't come on Luran's ship. It's definitely not the right place for them. Cass starts shuffling them towards the Vistani, like, have an amazing time. Thanks for the drugs. It was great.
What if someone's
really,
like
really
an
good time.
elf and then
Drugs.
they're like actually 70 but they only look maybe 15? What do you do in that context?
The Vistani say, well, it was good to meet you, strong Cass of the Zero. And Bailey and what? Bernie? Betty? Boopy?
Benny. I forgot.
Bonnie.
And I'm Brian.
Brian.
Yeah.
Rightio. Come on in, we'll get you fitted up some funky feather hats and
Off
some
they go.
fezzes and big pointy shoes.
Time to go to Luran's ship now.
The Vistani carriage pulls off and you hear the music and the jingling kind of like fade. Into
I just love the idea of Bluey actually looking like Anna does, which is just like, wait, have we just got rid of the children? Was that what was happening? I thought we were going to the temple. And Cass and Brian are stood like side by side, arms linked, waving like little kids, watching their kids off to walk. Goodbye, children.
Enjoy the planes. Goodbye. Bye. Right.
Mrs. Mouth looks after them like,
What?
right.
You never sent kids off before?
Well, no.
It's a learning curve. Kids should always leave home.
At a young age.
Yes.
Never to be seen again.
Yes.
I feel strongly about this. Perhaps I'm more on Bluey's side of things, but then again, I was attacked by people in a temple, so I can't say either way.
Exactly. I've had enough of
Wait,
temple.
was that Gondo?
This is Monza's Veld.
Monza's
Gondo is at the Temple of Bahamut at the moment.
Okay.
As well as Kevin Ender, who aren't with you.
I think Cass is going to be like, well, let's face it, religion has been used as a tool of oppression for a very long time by lots of different people. I'm not necessarily saying that all of the religion here has been used for oppression, but I am saying it can be. But partying and having a good time, very rarely used as a tool for oppression. So I like the chances with the Vistani better.
Yeah. And that is why we should go to the ship and not the temple. Down with temple-ness.
Look, I will just say, I'm potentially being supported monetarily by people of various temples.
Yeah, that's great. Take it for all they're worth.
Yeah, you've been to a temple, so you don't need to go to another one. So we go to Luran's ship, and then we play some music, and we drink some drinks, and then we have a party, because partying is fun.
Oh, yeah. It sounds like the plan. And then Brian can get acquainted with Silk Rope in Luran's private chambers.
Can you do, like, tricks with it?
Yes, I can.
Oh, yes, you can.
I want to fly.
Cass, do you remember that time when... Anyway.
Yeah, I do. It was fun.
Also jumps on the carpet. Let's go.
Now, also, you jump on the carpet. Yes. You've been engaged with the party and yeah, sure. Interested in everything that's going on, distracted, you could say. Hello, dog. Dog spotted.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Julia.
Come on, Doris.
Doris.
Oh.
She's camera shy.
Doris. She likes that bit of my bedroom.
Oh,
That's her favorite bit.
you.
No, she's. You want love?
Sweetest face ever.
Come on, get up here then. Come on.
Oh, yes.
That's what she really wants.
Baby girl.
Oh my God. Dog's so big.
So big.
Oh, you little monkey. Yeah.
So, Cass, finally registering where you are. Rover. Not far from the sunken city. Mining town. And you feel a gong kind of in your stomach very quickly as you realise that you are but a stone's throw away from right where you grew up.
Yeah.
And
she knew that. That's why she was like, kids should go away from home.
Yeah.
As you kind of move to get on the carpet, you hear one of those previously closed doors creak open. And a kind of crackly voice says, Acantha.
Uh-oh.
Hide me. No, Cass
Hide behind
is,
Ulster, who is like this big.
nah, Cass isn't the type to hide behind anyone. She's like, hi. Like, hey. Hi, Dad.
You think it's your dad?
Is it not her dad?
It's not your dad.
Oh, is it not her dad? Okay, then she wouldn't say that because she wouldn't.
You say out of trauma.
Okay, she's
Also,
like
daddy issues. Yeah.
Okay, in that case, can I roll? Who do I recognise him?
So, turning around, yes, you do. This is your neighbour, the person who lived next to you for pretty much, again, your whole life. And his name is Rod.
Rod! Rodney! How you doing, mate? What's up? You moved here? I thought you were... Because Cass grew up in Dion, right? Yeah. So when did you move from Dion?
Rod kind of like squints at you and he says, "Can't the Ricassa hardly recognise you?" And he sort of like shuffles forward out of his house. And he says, "You heard?"
Have I heard what?
Oh, Dion's not really much of anything these days. It's emptying out by the week. I doubt there's anyone actually there anymore.
What do you mean? Why are people leaving Dion?
Well, the mine entrance became a bit of a hubbub for danger. Most people who want to make a living have moved over here now. The river puts a pretty good natural barrier between everything, and
When you say danger, what do you mean?
things coming up from the pits.
Zombies.
Well, I suppose you could call them that, but
Was because Cass's dad worked in the mines. Was my dad in the mines when that happened, or did he get out? Or
well, I suppose he moved over with everyone.
okay,
We were shacking up together for a while. You know, not many spaces here. Quite a lot of people have been bunking up.
can I insight check? Does Rod have a crush on my dad?
In this
not
universe,
not very good for.
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
Rod
damn.
seems like he's a good double your dad's age.
that's what
He's
also I
a
like.
He's
God.
what? He's like
He's
double
at
your
least
my
double
dad's
your
age.
dad's age.
I see.
It seems totally age appropriate.
Rod squints and says, him and his, well, when he moved over here, you know about his new fiancée, surely?
Cass, I think to everyone else at the party, she's uncharacteristically quiet, but you wouldn't necessarily realise. I think Luran would be like, "Oh, damn, she shooketh."
With that, Luran steps in and just says, "Son, I think you're overstepping. Rather than spilling my dear friend's personal information in front of a whole group of people you've never met before, why don't you just cut to the chase and tell me why you came out here?" And Rod looks a bit bewildered and he just says, "Oh, I just wanted to see how you were. I mean, I don't know if you're in contact with your old man, but
Old men are overrated unless they're not related to
No, I wouldn't be Rod. I think if he was actually their neighbour, he would know that like Cass spent most of her time alone and acting out. And I reckon if Rod is there, he probably was actually like tried to help out a couple of times because
I think
Cass was
that's what,
sober. Yeah.
And he says, you could pop down to the Dale mine entrance. They work there now. I've been working there for the last 6 months or so, maybe a year. I'm sure they come to see you."
I don't know if that's true.
Well, whatever you do, not that you'd have that inclination anyway, don't go back to your old place. It's probably overrun by now.
When did this start? Is it that they hit a specific tunnel and then they started coming up, or
And it's when new management took over, I believe.
who took over?
Or some big wigs from Elderliff. They came in and they wanted to rebrand the mines. They had some. You're all right there, little one. And he looks over at you, Ulster, as you go.
Also kind of shuffles forward with his journal and opens it on the page of the Taushiri who tackled Momsfeld. Was it this person? Or similar looking?
I don't think so, no.
Well, that's useless. He closes the book and goes back to his spot.
Oh, are you looking for them?
Oh, just trying to put pieces together. He pops his head between Cass and Luran. Hi.
He looks at the picture and he just says, I'm not. If you want to know about people in Eldrelith, your best bet is going to one of the archives, libraries, or learning places.
What do you mean?
Well, they have public records for everyone who works in and out of the city.
Where's an archive?
Probably closest one, Ironstone.
Ironstone. Got it. Can we set the carpet's directions? No, we have to go to the ship first, and then we can go to Ironstone.
Luran says, precisely.
Cass is just still kind of quiet. She's like, doesn't know whether she wants to go see her dad or if she wants to run away.
And,
He's staring at Cass, and he's like,
after a moment, Rod says, well, actually, now I think about it, the temple might have...
No, we're not going to
No, we're not doing temples.
It's just over there.
No, we're not going.
Although
No, temples suck.
I suppose then you'd have to go past Cass's old place. and
Yeah,
all that
Cass,
stuff,
if you have daddy issues, we can talk about this at the party that we're going to have, which is going to be so much fun.
Sorry, Rod. This nearby temple. Would they have been looking into this situation?
They all are. All of them are, really.
That sounds really
Okay.
serious.
From my understanding, we're not the only small town that's kind of been hit by this. Temple of Bahamut's too busy figuring out the rest of the country.
It sounds like your entire country's being overrun by zombies at the moment, so it's kind of a whole country thing.
It's kind of this area.
Oh, I thought it was spreading like a disease.
Yeah. It's just nuts.
Well, in that case, do you want to go to the temple, Bluey? Because I definitely won't, and I might swing by my dad's place and see what the fuck that is about.
Well, I definitely want to go to the temple. I don't want to make you do anything you don't want to do.
I don't run from things, Cass says, having run from many things.
As in your mind, you hear Luran say, are you sure you want to go back to your, home? Filled with, trauma.
No, not really.
Oh. Well, we could just go back to the ship.
Down with temples.
I've been tasked to do something, and I.
What are you talking about, Bluey? You went to the temple. Sorry, Sparks. You went to the temple. You've already been to a temple. We don't need to go to another temple. If you go to every single temple, it'd be like a temple tour, and I didn't sign up for a temple tour.
I didn't sign up for 5 extra people all stare, but they're your responsibility. You've got
Also, suddenly you want to go to the temple.
Well, I'm just saying,
Okay, fine. If Luran wants to go to the temple, I suppose that's where we're going, because Luran is making all the decisions now.
Actually, you persuaded me to bring them along.
And now I am regretting it. He puts his hands on his hips and looks at Bluey. Don't want to go to the temple. You can go to the temple, but I'm staying here. I feel like I need some food.
Rod says, I've got some rocks and taters.
Some what?
Rocks and taters.
Rocks and taters. What is that?
Rocks is what we call the kind of crusty ends of the bread that we put in the stew. And it's
Ooh.
potato stew.
Okay.
Come on in.
Ulster jumps off the carpet and goes to his house.
Well, you guys.
Yeah, Cass follows because Cass does like Rod.
Right. Can we have a 5-minute break or so I can go to the toilet? And then. Okay.
Righty.
Okay. So you guys enter into Rod's house, and Rod's house is similar on the inside as it was on the outside. It's not particularly sparsely furnished, but you see no less than 4 bedrolls on the floor of this, like one up, one down home. There is a pretty inviting looking hearth with a fire and a pot of stew, and there are 3 other people at the moment on this level sitting around it. Dwarves, all of them dwarves. And then on the upper level, you hear snoring and the sounds of sleep as there are 2 others taking desk.
Excuse me. Also grabs a bowl and starts walking around.
They look at you curiously and give Rod a look like,
Oh, I'm not here to stay, don't worry.
Rod says, it's the recast girl and friends.
Well, her name's actually Cass, not Recast Girl.
It's Cass and her friends. And they kind of nod in acknowledgement and make space for you.
Excellent.
And you guys can chow down on some rocks and taters if you wish to.
So anyway, we're going back to the ship, right, Bluey? Right? He shuffles right in front of you. Wow, look at the time. Gotta go.
Jarring noise.
Look, considering this place is going through some stuff, I would like to find out some information.
He almost climbs into your lap. But that was what we were doing at the last temple, Bluey.
But the last temple didn't have all the information.
Yes, but if you wanted to do a temple tour, I would have really reconsidered before I begged Luran to bring you along.
What if I ran there right now? I mean, this food is very nice. And
Or we could just go to Ironstone, where the biggest archive is, which would have a lot more information and would probably be less overrun with zombies, and means that we wouldn't have to save you if there was a zombie outbreak in the temple. And then we could just go to Ironstone, where there are more people and more books and more information in general.
Luran says, before I...
Alster's almost on top of you at this point, Bluey.
Before this conversation continues, I think you'll have noticed that Cass just went out the door.
What?
And you see the door slightly swinging.
Ah.
I take it all back, Luran. We can leave without them.
But I can't leave without Cass.
Why don't we just pick her up on the way?
She's my quartermaster.
Yeah, why don't we just pick her up, you know?
Actually, no, I agree with Bluey. I think we should go to Temple of Abundance. No, the Temple of wherever this is. And see what happens.
Oh, you really want to do that, do you?
I really do. You decided to bring them along. Who am I to stop them from doing whatever they want?
Okay, well, have fun at the temple. I'm not going. I'm staying here.
Like, you're going to sit with Rod?
Yeah.
You're going to eat his taters and rocks?
Yeah.
This is the most fascinating flirting I've ever seen.
It's actually quite warm.
What did you say, Astra?
This is the most fascinating flirting ritual I've ever seen.
What?
What?
Oh,
So Cass from
No.
outside.
I'm not.
Oh, cute.
I'm not.
I'll see you outside. And the man leaves.
I'm staying here.
You would Cass be staying here as well?
Cass is already out building.
Oh, okay, right. Fine, you came here on your own?
Yes. Perfectly fine to be on my own. I've got Mum's was fouled.
Oh, hi. He was just like digging into his stew.
And I can do things by
Mum's well.
myself. I have other things to do, which do not involve any of you.
Like what?
None of your business.
Oh, sorry. I might stay with these people.
Mum's well. Are you fine with staying here? Are you fine staying here?
I'm
for a
just
bit?
going to finish my stew and then see where the wind takes me.
Yep, I'm staying with him. Maybe we'll go on our own adventure.
Yeah?
Not to any temples.
Do you want to go? I mean, we can go for a walk if you like.
There you go. I'm going with him.
Okay.
Okay, all right. We'll see you in a bit.
Bye. Enjoy your
Bye.
temple.
Bye.
Rod, thank you for the stew.
Thank you. You're welcome. Bye. Safe travels and don't bring anything over the river.
Except knowledge, hopefully.
Or absolutely nothing.
If you go that way, just don't disturb anything. It's a fragile piece that we've got set up here.
They're going to
Rivers
stop
only
a war.
hold back so much.
They're going to start a war.
So Bluey, you leave as well. And Monzazal said, "Want to go for a walk, Astra? Or we're going to just sit and eat soup?"
We can do both.
Do both.
Where should we walk?
Round.
Good. Also finishes his soup and stands up. I would love to go for a walk with you and Astra.
Astra, what are you doing? What is your plan?
Astra just kind of has been watching Brian, just waiting for like almost like a moment alone. And the like everybody just seemingly like trailing off and just like, okay, this might need to be a conversation.
Right,
As you
walking
guys
time.
kind of go off on your walk, Monzaveld says, realizing this, says, you can just pretend like I'm not here. I'm not here at all.
You don't really have much of a presence.
But cool. So you guys go off on your walk. The other party, which has now been split down the middle in 3 and 3. Cass, Luran, and Bluey. Bluey catching up with them. Cass, you hear Luran fall into pace behind you, and he says, I have my eye on you. You think you could get away from me?
No. You're a thorn in my side. As if I could ever get rid of you.
Are you seriously going back?
I'm going back to look. I might not engage.
Nothing good comes from revisiting old hardships.
I need to see him with this other woman.
The life that they put together? Because they're not there.
Yeah.
Well, if it'll help you, then I'm not.
I don't know if it will help. Just have a bottle of your strongest ready.
Well, and Luran falls into pace behind you. And Bluey, you see the two of them walking abreast. And after a moment, Luran turns around and just says, "Sparks.
Mm-hmm.
You coming too?"
Oh, I thought I was walking. Sorry.
You are.
Yeah.
He's to say he's initiating conversation.
Did he ask, are you coming too?
As if he's surprised to see you coming.
This is the way to the temple, right? It's just...
I assume you've got your map out and you're just kind of like following them.
Because there's this street here. There's very fine... Then... I'm not like intruding, am I?
No, definitely not. Right, well, let's make this quick if we're going to go. And Luran unfolds the carpet, allowing you all to hop on.
Thank you.
You don't even need to stop when it gets to my dad's. I'll just jump off. You crack on.
Okay, I trust. Luran flies over the river, and you see the bridge that sort of connects these two towns has been smashed in, and the panels and wood that used to make up the bridge has been sort of like stuck in the ground along the bank to create a natural kind of barrier. And the moment you cross over this And the moment you cross over this, what are you going to order?
Wait, Cass's dad lives across the river. I thought he'd moved to Brohad.
Are you Brohad? Right.
I'm going to see Cass. I'm not going back to Cass's old house.
Oh, then you don't need to go upstairs. Because he lived in that house that you guys were in with Rob.
Oh.
I thought he lived on the way to the temple.
No. So the temple is in Dion. the house where you grew up is in Dion, and that's where you said you were. That's where I thought you were meant you wanted to go.
No, I meant I'm going to like see her dad.
Oh, you want to go see your dad?
Yeah.
He's not there. Rod told you.
Oh,
He's
wait,
in the mine.
I thought you said. Oh, he's in the mine.
Dion
Oh, he's in the mine.
Oh,
God, I'm so
They both work
confused.
there. I
Bloody
said that.
hell! Anna, I'm so glad that you were also really lost in this conversation because I was so.
I remember you saying he was at the mine.
Yeah, now I remember you saying that. Yeah.
The only
Okay.
reason
It didn't.
Okay, no, Cass is going to the mine. Sorry for the confusion.
the mine is like 2 hours walk. It's far away.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Well,
How
okay.
quick would that be by carpet?
Okay, if you're going to the mine, Luran would have some issues with it. So let's rewind completely. Everybody, except everybody.
Okay, so start again.
You know if that happened? It was a fever dream. Rod gave you some magic mushrooms, and you're like, whoa. Also, you're like, oh my god, I love magic mushrooms. They make me feel like I'm going on walks in the dangerous wilderness with my new friend Monster Shell. Okay.
Astra.
And Astra. Right, you're all sitting around.
They're also still pissed off.
No, this conversation didn't happen.
Oh.
That's what I was saying.
But that was such good content anyway.
I know. None of this happened.
Why couldn't they just take the carpet to the mine? It'd be much quicker.
Wait, we're starting again.
Let me right, okay. Rewind. We're at the point where you guys get your soup. Okay?
But I thought they were going to the temple anyway.
They're not. No, this is the thing.
Wait.
Look. The
Just-
only
just-
reason.
just
Let me
speak.
explain Moran's reasoning. The only reason he was even considering going to the temple and dropping Bluey off is because he thought that Cass wanted to go back to her old house where she grew up. And he was like going to go because Cass was going anyway because she stealthed out. And he was like, I can't leave without Cass because she's the quartermaster. And also, like, she'll definitely get killed because there's fucking zombies over there. So he thought, right, if I get the carpet, I can drop her in, pick her up and go. And Bluey's going to go anyway, so I'll do the same for them. And then it'll be super quick and nothing will go wrong. Okay, that is the reason why he went out.
In that case,
you said about the mines. So, rewind.
In that case, rewind. Cass is going to still stealth, but upstairs.
Okay, so here's what happens instead. You're all sitting around with your soup, having a lovely conversation about soup, and Luran turns around, and you hear everyone you just sort of see Luran go like, where's she going? And you all look up, and Cass is stealthed upstairs. She's just not sitting where she was sitting anymore, and you just see her bum kind of wiggling over the ladder edge because it's a really narrow space. And you see that the two people asleep upstairs are not your father and his fiance.
Doesn't Bluey want to go to the anyway, I'm confused.
I explained. Luran is not willing to go to the temple.
But Bluey's going to go anyway, right?
He even considered going is because Cass had already left.
But Bluey's going to go anyway to the temple, right?
No.
Because Luran's not going to take you.
This is the temple in Dion. Probably not. Probably not safe to go alone.
Okay. Seeing that Cass is upstairs and Bluey, you're still umming and ahhing about the temple. Luran says, I am not making any more diversions. I want to get to my ship. Okay? This other place is fucking full of zombies. Like, why? Why would we go there? In my mind, also thought the right idea. We should just keep going.
Oh, do I now?
Cass also agrees that we should get going, but she just wants to see where her father is now living.
Rod says, well, you're here. But like I said, he's at the mines. He's going to be there on placement for the next couple of weeks or so. They've got a big
Cass is upstairs. Is there someone in the place upstairs as well? Or is
There
that
are two people sleeping upstairs who are not. Okay, let me just tell you what happens then. Cass, you go looking for your parents. Rod tells you that they are at the mine.
I know that they're not in there. She's just going up there. I know they're not there. I know they're at the mines, which is too far away. Cass isn't going to go there.
Oh, why can't you just hit the carpet to the mines quickly?
Luran says that I'm not going to the mine because it's filled probably with zombies. You guys said, he looks at Rod, you guys said the last Brohad mine was closed because you guys tapped a bad vein.
Why is he at the mine then if there's zombies there?
Yeah, I thought that.
Gotta make a living somehow. It's a different mine entrance.
I'm confused.
Okay, right. I'm just going to explain to you guys out of DM character because I am now. This is like frustrating. So, you went into the Rod's house. You got your soup.
Yeah.
Okay. You had a lovely conversation about soup. Rod told you that your father was staying in that house before you went in the house.
Mm-hmm.
He is also now with his fiancée at the mines. Okay, there are two mines. There is the Brohad. Cass would know this. There's the Brohad mine and there's the Dion mine. Okay, and the Dion mine, pardon me, is the one that got like tapped a bad vein. The entrance was like inundated with zombies, and now everyone from Dion fled to Brohad and is now all buddied up there. The Dion mine is in a completely different area and is a different entrance. You know that there is probably some crossover down below, but this is a poor mining town. In order to sustain all these people who now live there, they can't just stop working just because it's dangerous. So there are people who are still working in the mines, your father and his fiancée being two of them. And so it's a different mine entrance. There's probably not zombies there. From the townspeople's perspective, they have to believe that. From the Red's perspective, that's stupid. And he's not going anywhere near that.
Yes, I understand. Cass is going upstairs not because she thought her dad was going to be up there. She knows her dad is at the mine. That's fine, but she's going upstairs to leave him a note.
Okay, cool.
And see where he is living.
What would you like to say?
Okay. She is. So there's two people sleeping there, right?
Yeah, just two like randos. One's got a snot bubble blowing up and down.
Oh.
She doesn't want them to see. So she's just gonna sneak. Can I do an investigation check to see which is her like dad's stuff?
Yeah. So you see
natural 20. So
perfect.
What a waste of a 20.
But rolled up in the corner is a pile of belongings, a small rucksack with a craft working kit, with bits of stone, different like tools for carving, packed on top, as if the last thing he was doing was carving some figurines.
Okay. What were the figurines?
Okay.
Just to give you some idea of how quickly time passes in D&D, it's been 2 hours almost, and we're still here.
So you do see a kind of like a spherical rock with a flower kind of carved into it, and you see a creature looks like an animal of some kind, probably something just native to the area as well.
Okay, do I know what the flower is?
Yeah, definitely. It's the acanthus flower.
Okay. Cass is going to... Is it finished?
No.
Okay. Cass is going to take it. But she's going to leave in its place one that she has carved. Yeah, I think actually it's one that her dad carved, but a very, very long time ago. And she's going to also leave a note and hidden, but the note's going to be rolled up around a little coin purse, and she's going to put How much gold does Cass have? I have no idea. I don't think I've actually given her money yet. She has money. I don't know. I'll figure that out. She's probably given like 50 gold. And she's written a note being like, I don't owe you anything, but I'd rather speak to you in person than hear you've died in a mine. And I think then I think she just ends it with Cass.
Okay.
Emma's furiously making notes.
Oh, actually, does Cass? I feel like is his work tools better than Cass's?
Yeah.
His carving ones. Cass is going to swap them out, and she's like, "And I've taken your carving tools because my set was shit."
Fair enough. Okay. If you don't have one already, then you now have a set of carver's tools. Downstairs, you finish up your food, and Luran sort of stands up and says, "This has been a lovely distraction."
Yeah, I want to party on a boat. Let's fucking leave.
Yeah.
I would like
Cass
to
is
go.
out. She's going to look at Rod and give him a knuckle bump because that's what they always did. And she's going to be like, "Yeah, I liked you. You've always were a good one. I hate my dad's being less of a shit. I'm out."
That's all right.
The soup was good.
My husband made it. Thank you.
It's good.
Yes, thank you very
Rod's
much.
husband, Todd, gives you a thumb up.
Thank you, Dodd.
Rod and Dodd. Aw.
And you guys head out onto the carpet. Monzesal says, "It's been wonderful.
Mm.
You know,
You're gonna stay here.
actually, I've seen what it's like not having any belongings or money or anywhere to go, and I'm a sturdy pair of hands. Luran, do you need a deck monkey?
Are you good at swabbing?
I'm very good at swabbing."
Is this Mum's Westfield? Cass is
mean-
gonna look to Luran being like, "Can we trust him?"
No. But if I can't trust him, I'd rather keep him close and send him away.
Even better, we can give him the shit jobs.
Moses Vald, let me explain to you how a privy works on the ship. And you guys will pile onto the carpet and fly away from Dion and from Brohad.
Can I ever go steering?
Sure. You guys all fall off immediately.
No.
But then you get back on. Dexterity check. And Luran's going to hold your hand like over your.
Does that mean I get advantage? If he's hopping?
Sure.
Hold on a sec. Good, because one was a natural one.
Okay. Sorry, just waiting for Lily to answer the door. You'll pile on, and I'm pretty sure that at the beginning, at the very least, the steering is shaky, but all right. And oh god, she ordered food. I'm scared to see what she got because I'm so hungry. Anyway, and you guys start flying over the mountains.
It was 16.
It's 16, yeah, okay. It's a rocky start, but was that your food? Yeah.
Postman.
Horseman Pat.
Horseman.
It's a rocky start, but with Luran's help, you are able to
Bazoom.
resume.
Also having a lot of fun.
A lot of you fly over the mountains towards the sea line, the horizon.
Pachoo.
Hang on a sec.
Pachoo.
Pachoo.
Pachoo. Pachoo. Pachoo.
Let's have a look. Yeah. I'm putting on Captain's Cabin ambiance. That is not.
Captain's cabin ambiance. I ordered a little bit of sushi. Ooh. It's not raining.
Yeah, it's a bit stormy, but it's fine. It'll do the trick.
I thought you said it was a bit stormy.
Yeah. Let's do this. There we go. Peaceful ambiance with pirate-ish things. So, you guys pull out over the horizon line. You see in the distance the fires of the Fang now going out and settling. And for a while, you fly over open water.
Do you think if we fell, there would be like monsters in the ocean?
Definitely. Luran says.
What's the scariest monster you've ever seen?
Sirens.
I thought they were really pretty.
They're huge.
So,
I think that answers your question.
also, I was interested in the huge part of that. Just kicks the carpet on.
There's a fly in my teeth.
Ew. Mm.
Cass is sidled up close to Astra.
No.
It gets cold on this carpet. And she's contemplating kicking Mumsiswald off just because.
Mumsiswald does look a little bit seasick.
I'm confused. Also, ask Luran. Is Cass like involved with multiple people? Because I thought she was with sex ed, not with the tying him up and everything. But now she's very, very cozy with Astra.
If there's something you should know about my crew, is that we
We're sluts.
It's true. We have a way, a code, somewhat that is. We don't judge what the other does in the bedroom.
No, I'm not judging. I'm just interested.
That's a good start. Yes.
Cass, how many romantic partners do you have at this present time?
Ooh. Well, I have many in several ports because you never know where you're going to be docking up, and it does need to happen. She's probably hooking up with some people on the ship as well.
How do you manage all your relationship anniversaries?
They're not relationships.
I think Cass and Luran just got to look at each other. I mean, you don't really.
It's
even
more. No, it's more fun, and if you can remember the first time that you had sex, you're probably not doing it right. So,
I don't know.
Ulster
I
kicks the
found
carpet
all of
on
mine
and probably
memorable.
stops the conversation.
No.
And Spark's like, oh.
To what Astra said.
What did Astra say?
Astra said, I don't know. I found all of mine memorable.
Wow, this is not the conversation that I was envisioning.
Cass likes that. She's like,
Yeah, Astra is pretty happy to sidle up to Cass as a just slightly naturally chilly, and it's like, I would like to be warm.
Cass is a beacon of warmth. She will. So that being said, it's weird because Cass is small, but she'll spoon in the way that a
She's
dwarf
fiery.
can.
Yeah, can you guys go back there and talk? Thank you.
Ulster, as you lean over to Mumsiswald, Mumsiswald just says, I don't know, I mean, it's pretty much how we did it where I'm from as well.
What are you talking about?
What? I'm just talking to myself.
About what?
Pointers?
He shoves Mumsiswald back with the rest of them.
How hard do you shove him?
Not hard. He's not very strong.
Make a start.
Please do it hard, please. I would love Mumsiswald to fall in the
You shove
water
him
and
Mumsiswald
die.
goes, yeah, that's quite right. You got it. Right.
What? I'm going to continue. You guys have your conversation with Claire, and I'm just gonna. He pulls out some little earbuds from his bag and just.
So, after a while, keeping the land on the right-hand side of you, you coast along until you see a redwood ship appear in front of you. The merchant strait here is busy, being so close to the Fang. You see some ships pull off to the left to go towards Kalkan. Some are already so far south that they're turning into just pinpricks on the horizon.
I pull the carpet up violently over the ship so we all fall.
Luran's ship sticks to the coastline, only a few hundred feet out or so. And it is a marvelous vessel. Red wood, purple sails in oval shape, which are secured down by the finest quality ropes, of course. And gilded on the side, you see in shining letters, the Valentine. And Ulster keeps up his promise. Instead, he pulls the carpet to a sharp stop.
You all fall.
And you all fall down. Everybody dexterity saving throws, please.
Natural 1.
Natural 20.
If I knew it was happening, could I have advantage?
6.
Sorry, you cut out. Why are we rolling?
Because Ulster's tipped you all off the carpet.
Oh.
14.
18.
Can I offer assistance to Astra?
She got an 18, but you can if you want to.
Okay. All right, okay. You've got an 18. Natural 20.
Oh my gosh! Luran and Astra, having lived on this ship for much time.
You mean surrounding.
Cass.
Sorry, Luran and Cass, having lived on this ship for much time, spring into place quickly, recovering their stances. Bluey, you kind of stumble, you kind of flop, you have to kind of cling onto the carpet for dear life. Ulster, you stumble as well, but Astra catches you and you both stay on your feet as the carpet fells up and secures itself to Luran's back.
Can Astra princess catch Ulster?
Sure, if you want that, Astra.
Absolutely.
He's like, whoa.
Whoa.
Hello.
She just kind of like sets him back down.
That was fun.
That was.
As you land, Cass, Luran, the crew stops and they jeer at the sight of you. Luran smiles and throws it around the deck. And he goes, hello, hangers on. Yes, we are back. Welcome to the Valentine.
I want to go and look around.
All in good time. But first...
Oh shit, yeah, you've not even made it to the boat yet. Jesus.
It's the first time you guys have made it to the boat. And Luran clicks his fingers, and one of the many deckhands, who's wearing a brightly coloured sash, a la Luran, runs forward and passes tankards around to all of you. Luran
What is this?
holds out his other hand, and a large bottle of golden liqueur appears in it, and he kind of like just pours it out. And like magic, it filters down into your glasses. Not a drop spilled.
Cool.
And he says, on my ship, we don't drink the shitty stuff. We drink from crystal glasses that never break, and we have the finest of gold liqueurs. So,
Ulster's already started drinking it.
Hell yeah, motherfuckers.
in true Valentine style, and he cheers you all and tips back his drink. And you guys feel like popping candy in your mouth with a sweet, sharp honey and lemon kind of like aftertaste. And it is very refreshing. But it goes to your head like that. Anyone who chooses not to drink does not have to, can throw it over their shoulders. But it looks
I definitely drink.
If Cass sees anyone throw the alcohol over their shoulders, she will put a knife to your throat.
She does that.
She doesn't mind if you don't drink it, but you're not wasting it. You give it to her.
Also starts hiccuping.
Your hiccups sparkle.
Wow.
Cass is going to hit you on the back to help.
Right, and he goes around to...
You almost break him.
He goes around to a large man with dark skin and close-kept hair, wearing a fine shirt and the standard sash. And he goes, Ishan. See, because I brought them over from the book. His characters are all in the book. Ishan, did we lose anyone at last port? And Ishan just grumbles back, no, only the boring ones, and rattles off a list of names that are as forgettable as they are common. And Luran just nods.
So they all called Mums with Fal.
They're all called Mums with Fal. It's just like, I do not remember any of them and will miss none of them.
We've got a new Mum's Fal.
Add them to the roster. Everybody, introduce yourself to this one first. He will give you your bunks.
What do you mean bunks?
You need to sleep somewhere. Sparks doing the sparkly stuff. Heck yeah.
Can we sleep on the deck?
No.
Why?
Have you seen waves out ocean?
Yes.
In the open ocean?
Yeah, I could just tie myself down.
Okay. Well, while that's happening, Cass is going to go around and make sure that like everyone's got supplies, that everyone's been doing their jobs properly. And she's quartermaster and should be making sure that all that shit is happening.
Hell yeah. Make me a perception check to see if you recognise any of your preferred crew members.
Where's my perception there? 16.
16. How many people on this boat do you think that you've had an entanglement with?
How many is on the crew?
On the crew it's about 30, 40.
30. I would say she's probably like 6.
6, okay.
Yeah.
They are all kind of clustered together.
Okay.
And when you look over at them, they're all kind of like looking at you like, oh, she's back. And they start looking at each other like,
She's more Astra.
Astra picking up on all of those looks like, oh.
I think some of them might be like, but I think some of them are more. They can't all be like that. I don't think Cass. If Cass, to be fair, she probably absolutely loves it. What am I saying? If they were all like that, she'd be like, hell yeah.
Maybe been some murders on this ship.
It looks less like they're sizing you up out of jealousy and more like they're sizing you up as, I wonder if you'll be able to keep up.
Can I start exploring the ship by myself?
For sure. You introduce yourselves to Ishan.
Not me. I ran away.
Okay.
I'm done.
Ishan notes that, and so does Luran. And when you do, you guys are all given a task, which you'll need to be carrying out on your time on the ship. For Louis, sizing up, he says, how do you feel about loading cargo? I'm assuming that's fine because I know that Anna's getting food. And then looking at Astra, he kind of considers and says, oh, what's your specialty?
I'm a traveling medic. Sure, there are plenty of accidents on the ship.
In our crew, cook and medic take the same job, so do you want to help around?
I can help around. Give me a task and I'll do it.
Okay, you're going to go find Shara.
To the DM, how do I spell that?
Shai.
Thank you.
And he points you towards the galley. Bluey, you're also pointed in that direction. But to all of you, he says, bunks are down there, just above the cargo. there'll be 1, 2, 3. Yeah, one for each of you, I suppose. And he looks over at Mums as well. I've been told to give you some very special instructions. And he nods to the rest of you and goes over to Mums and throws an arm around his shoulder, who stumbles slightly. Now, you guys can go and explore. Cass, you already know where your bunk is. You've set yourself up in a very nice private closet, which is big enough for you to lay down, which is kind of all furnished how you like. But for the rest of you, it's hammocks, I'm afraid. Being
Not necessarily for Astra.
It's nice to have
Bluey.
It's nice to have the option to have a bunk. You know, Cass has, a revolving door, maybe.
Yeah. Understand. Whilst everyone's getting settled down, you kind of walk through the natural kind of place to start is across the deck. And the deck is set up like a stereotypical that's funny actually. A stereotypical pirate ship. There is a raised platform, there is a crow's nest. And then actually I should get them.
I feel like Ulster would bury his way into the ship.
Bury his way?
Yeah. No, like burrow.
Oh,
He would go through it. He would go down as deep as he can to explore. He's a bit like a mole, really.
Let me just see.
Sarah's.
Sarah's. There you go. Okay, yeah. So yeah, there are a few places. You notice that there are rescue boats kind of secured on the top deck. And then you go down a level and you see that there are storage rooms. There's a galley, which is where all the food is prepared. Smells interesting, actually, not terrible. And then deeper below that, there is the level where all of the artillery, because there is always need, is kept. Though there is less than you'd expect for a ship this size, as you know, Luran is Flame Master of Flames.
Murder God Explosion Man.
And does have some skill in that arena. On top of that, you see a room which is just slightly cordoned off with a curtain and a sliding door. And in here are tons of hammocks, and you have your small belongings kind of wrapped up in a sack.
Also looks at the hammocks and the amount of people that are going to be in this room and goes, no, and shuts the door and leaves.
You also notice, before you get ahead of yourself,
he doesn't want to go in there right now.
Okay.
Yeah. He doesn't like rooms with lots of people.
You also notice at the other end of this floor, all the way to the other side of the ship, is a larger set of doors, which appear to have a golden lock on them, or a key.
I tap the lock.
You hear a voice behind you saying, "It's locked," shockingly.
Is it real gold?
Yes. No expense spared, to be honest.
What's in it?
My room.
Why do you lock it?
Because it's my room. Important stuff in there.
Also keeps walking.
Right.
What's
We're
the
gonna go check out the cargo then?
What's the important stuff? Is there more important stuff in the cargo? Would you have a lock on the cargo as well?
Yes.
Oh.
But Cass has the keys to that.
You don't have the keys to that.
I also have a set of keys to everything.
Is there more important stuff in the cargo or in your room?
My room.
He turns back around and goes back to the room. I want to see.
Fine. He holds his hand out.
My food's almost here.
What food? You got sushi.
My sushi. My sushi.
He holds out a hand, and glittering up, a key appears, and he inserts into the lock and turns, and the doors kind of swing open. And inside you see a luxurious room with hardwood floors, a red carpet, a desk that's secured down, drinks cabinets, everything. And behind a sort of sheer curtain a large plush bed.
You don't sleep in a hammock.
Of course not.
You must get quite seasick. He walks in and starts looking around.
You notice when you step into the room, it almost feels like it's been counterbalanced. And the
I have to get my food, I'm sorry.
Baz just went
Pause.
The weight of the ship seems to, and the toss and turn of the ship seems to disappear. Shall we take a break so that we can eat something and then come back in about 10 minutes? Is that okay?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Exploring Luran's room.
Yeah.
I'll take photos for you guys.
Okay. Tell me when we're ready. Okay, so you step into Luran's room and it is counterbalanced so that you don't feel as much of the sloshing of the sea as you do in the corridors.
Why don't you just do that to the whole ship?
Every room that we sleep in has that.
Oh.
The rest of the ship doesn't really matter that much. It's a big enchantment.
That's really interesting.
No, I don't want them to wake up seasick.
It's a really good point.
Yeah.
But what if they go on a ship that doesn't have the charm and then they get seasick because they've thought
That's their problem. Why would they leave my ship?
Good point.
Yeah. Okay, well, this is my room. Let's leave.
But there's so much stuff in here.
What do you want to see?
Can I look around?
Sure. Luran kicks his feet up on his desk and sits down.
Is there a bookshelf?
There is.
Also goes straight to the bookshelf. Just like us in anyone's house.
You have a look around. What are you looking for?
He wants to see what kind of books Luran has.
Luran has a lot of shipping manifests. He has many grimoires and spell books, academic spell books, some journals as well. And you also see a very narrow row of like fiction and like popular like zines and that kind of thing.
I pull out one of the fiction books to see what it is.
The fiction book is I think it would be like a classic, but like one of the steamier kind of classics.
Oh yeah,
that kind of thing, you know, like Giovanni's Room or like Maurice.
Also flicks through it. Interesting, and then puts it back. What is your favorite thing in this room?
Myself.
I mean, like not living.
My wardrobe.
He goes over there. Notices the wardrobe.
You look in his wardrobe and there are just rows upon rows of these beautiful like sheer fabrics, like lots of long rope. He clearly uses for his shibari and his
Does Plus have one of these too?
No, that's a me. We have our own style. And he also uses this to store all the different sashes and things and jewelry that he wears.
Interesting. He shuts the wardrobe and moves on to the next thing. And he does this and stages all around the room.
You having fun, also?
I am, yeah.
Oh my god, my dad just messaged me like, "Is this my Instagram?"
What?
It's
He wants you to confirm that is his Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know his Instagram. My dad doesn't have Instagram. He hates online things.
Anyway, so he watches you go around and he says, "As interesting as it is to see you go through all of my things."
Did you draw this map?
Yes.
Pretty.
Thank you. Anatomical and technical drawing is one of my skills.
I didn't know you could draw.
I don't really. It's not something I enjoy. It's something I do for a purpose.
What else do you draw?
Illustrations for my different items that I sell in my shop.
Cool.
Maps of my ship. Trade routes.
He seems to be hanging off every word.
Also, sit down.
Where?
On there, and he points to a chair.
Ulster moves a heavy stack of things off the chair and sits down.
Ulster.
Yeah.
With your permission, I would like to revisit something that Astra mentioned on the carpet.
What did Astra mention?
Are you aware?
Not Cass. with the rope. How disappointing.
Alas.
That's a conversation between Cass.
We can get to that another time.
Hmm.
Are you aware that your general demeanour, specifically towards myself, is provocative, flirtatious?
What do you mean?
You sound like you're looking for excuses to stay in my bedroom.
No, I'm going to stay on the deck. I just said that before.
But you can't stay on the deck. So you need to stay in a hammock.
But I don't want to stay in the hammock because there's lots of people in there and the sounds of their breathing makes it really hard for me to sleep. And also, if I wake up surrounded by people, that would be a bit stressful for me.
You could stay with Cass.
What do you mean?
If it's an issue for you to stay in the larger room, you could stay in a room with one other person.
How big is her room?
A third this size.
It's too small. I would like to sleep on the deck.
You can't sleep on the deck. You will get washed away or picked apart by gulls. You'll attract sirens.
What do you mean I'm provocative?
You full stare. Don't pretend you don't realise what you're doing.
I'm not provocative.
Okay. You want a different kind of sleeping situation. Would you like to sleep in my room?
Why did you say I was provocative?
Well, on the first night we were here,
I don't make any comments like everyone else.
full stare.
Just because I'm interested doesn't mean that I'm provocative.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to assume. I just wanted to know where we stood and to let you know that we are in a situation where you are.
It's just you and me now.
You're paying me for services.
Yeah.
I am employed by you. However much it looks to be the opposite, I'm the one dragging you around.
I'm the one dragging you around.
Mm. I just want to make sure that you know you're not paying for that particular service. That is what I would have considered a luxury.
What service? Dragging you around.
No, having sex.
Ulster's face immediately becomes a mask. What? That's. Mm-mm.
I want to establish that that is off the cards.
I never.
The reason I wanted to establish that is because when we were staying in the Temple of Bahamut, you crawled into bed with me.
I had a bad dream.
And we've kissed multiple times.
That's because you said it was fun.
Yes, and then the second time was because I realised that was your first kiss, and I felt bad. I wanted to give you a better experience. You understand?
I understand.
Well, if we understand each other, then yes, you can stay here. I can set up a bed for you.
Okay.
I promise I don't snore. That much. You're right.
I'm sorry I provoked you.
You don't have anything to apologise for. Not really.
I enjoy the company of everyone else as well, and I am interested because it is not something we talk about at home at all. And things like drinking and having fun and having parties and acting in a way that is not monitored on every side is it's
New?
yeah.
Take this as an opportunity to enjoy yourself, at least until we get to Ironstone. I can't promise there won't be ice there. Right. And he gets up and he starts pulling sheets, etc., together to make you a bed.
Can I sleep by the window?
Sure. If you prefer. Just don't open it, it'll get cold.
Okay. He looks like he's gone quite quiet, and he'll go to the door and slowly. Do you want me to help make that, or do you want me to leave?
You can not make it.
Right, how do you do that?
Oh my god. Smash cut. The rest of you. The crew is tying down the hull, lowering the anchor for a night. Still. So that everybody can enjoy themselves. Welcome Luran and Cass back to the ship and have a night off after having had to leave the Fang in a hurry. What do you guys do?
Party time.
Yeah. Once Cass has overseen everything, she's going to be like, right, you know what happens when we come back on board? And party! And there's got to be a couple of people on the crew who can play music. And they're like, they're already setting up. They get to get off of duties when Cass and Luran come over. And there's like a little bar set up, which is essentially just a barrel of alcohol.
2 barrels with a slab of wood.
Yeah, the plank has been put.
The plank, that's so funny. Oh my gosh, and there's tequila shots, so it's the salt and plank. Oh my god.
Yeah, nice. And Cass is going to come below deck to find where you guys are all, and be like, right, everybody up on deck.
Up on deck. Okay. After you guys have all settled in, I have a quick question actually for Astra. Do you settle into Cass's room or go to your own hammock?
Astra would initially set up like their own hammock, probably near Bluey if possible. And if Cass, sought Astra out, they would, they wouldn't be opposed. But Astra has noted that there's 6 other people that may want to get in on that, so not gonna claim first dibs. It's my first day.
Oh my god, who is? Oh, that's so funny. Is Astra down for a?
Oh my god.
I didn't want to say an orgy, but let's be honest.
We'll see by the end of the night.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is actually hilarious.
Astra could be very drunkenly uninhibited.
Wonderful. Who knows?
Good. Cass knows what her task of the evening is. Get Astra pissed.
Party time. I see your message.
Yeah.
Also comes up from the under the deck and is like, what are we doing?
We're drinking.
Right. What are we drinking?
You see a full array of liquors. And if you guys are happy for me to, we can roll on the alcohol chart again. That's always a lot of fun.
Let's do it.
Okay, let me get it up.
Also, do you guys like my mug that I made?
You made it!
That's
insane!
And I made this.
Oh, cool!
That's really cool, George.
Wow.
And I made this, which I thought the glaze of this one was quite a Lily and Emma glaze.
It's pretty.
Wow.
I love it. It's beautiful.
That's so cool.
And this one.
George, that's very pro.
And this one.
How much did you make?
It's been prolific.
Things.
You should set up a little store in a market or something.
And then I also made another mug, but it's downstairs and it's red and it's slightly smaller.
Beautiful. Very lovely.
That's so cool.
But anyway, sorry, continue. We're rolling for alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Cass has got a hand carved stone mug.
Just
To be fair, she probably does. Yeah, I quite like that, Anna.
Cool. I have found the. I found things
Emma, I'm going to message you.
Okay. Right.
Lots of secret messages to Emma.
I know, I see them. You guys settle up. The ship is now still.
Is it evening?
Afternoon, evening.
Can we put up some lights?
Lights? Yeah, of course you can. Do you want to put up some flowers?
Yeah.
So also you go around and you start making funky flowers. Yeah.
Someone needs to lift him to put them up.
If you're looking for someone to lift you, Ishan's probably the one.
Right. Ishan,
Yeah.
can I go up?
Yeah. And he kind of like grabs your waist and just goes, "Huh,"
Whoa!
and hoists you up there.
Thank you. Also starts making flowers.
Lovely.
He does
Oh,
blush a little
lovely.
bit. He's like, oh, right.
Yeah,
Cool.
so if you can think of another one, Emma, I'm happy to do that. But I feel like something like that.
Cool. Luran comes over to you as Ulster is putting flowers up, and you see him just like shooting little sparks up to light up the mast, almost like fairy lights. And it looks like a really nice, like kind of like decoration thingy. What's it called? Garland.
Garland.
And as he's doing this, he looks over and he says, "The usual then," and he hands you some coins.
Okay.
Okay. And there is a huge array of drinks.
Oh.
You can roll as many times as you like. But Luran says to you guys, there is one rule, and it's very simple. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you get, you have to at least have a sip of.
Okay.
Okay?
Let's do it.
So, could everybody please roll me D100s to see what happens to you?
I'm scared.
Luran will do the same.
86.
Okay. Would y'all please send me those in Facebook so that I know exactly what I've got?
In the chat.
Okay. Either individually or in the chat, whichever you prefer. So, starting with Cass. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god!
What?
Cass, I feel like you would know what this drink was. So it's your choice whether you pick it up out of the pack and you feel like the stomach sink and you're like, oh god. Black Midnight, bitter with a touch of rum. Those who drink it have nightmares of dying.
Nice.
And spending an eternity rotting away inside a coffin.
Oh. Lovely.
This helps necromancers contemplate their own mortality.
Did you get a 0?
16.
No, got a 16.
Okay,
Cass is like, you have to, everyone has to like drink it. So I'm going to get the nightmares anyway, aren't I? If I have a sip. Because that's the one rule.
Yeah, you'll maybe have one single night terror when like
Just the usual.
Just the usual. Get
Cass is like,
one of your sexy ladies walking into the room and be like, oh.
Yeah, Cass is like, I've had this one quite a few times and it's not pretty, so I'm gonna have a tiny sip of it and then roll again. If anyone wants terrible dreams, then this is the one for you.
Amazing. You see, Cass, Astra picks up an ethereal-looking drink. And Luran leans over and he says, that's a good one for those who want to fade into the background. And he chinks your glass. Ethereal ale. The more intoxicated you get, the more you fade into the ethereal plane.
Oh my god.
It becomes slightly transparent, then objects start to phase through you from time to time.
That's so fun.
How long does that one last?
They all last roughly about an hour.
Okay.
Cass is just checking. Doesn't want all
Cass
to
is
say
like-
through Astro.
No reason. No reason.
We could
He
see
could probably do some really funky
Now.
things
And,
with that
yeah,
L.
we've been playing for 5 years. We're fine.
Yeah, if you're not used to it by now,
Lily, what did you roll?
86.
Aww.
What?
Ulster, you're like, and you're trying to like find the most like offensive looking alcoholic drink, and you just like blindly grab and pick up a glass of water. And
What does this one do?
Luran says, "This one raises your inhibitions and confidence."
Does it?
It really does.
He takes a sip and waits.
How do you feel?
Hydrated.
Nice. First sign of confidence. Maybe get another.
He puts it. Can I roll again?
You can, yeah.
I also rolled again, but we'll let Anna
22.
have one.
Okay. We'll do yours after Anna. Anna, with your roll,
Mhm.
39.
39.
39.
39.
39, more like it.
What do I?
Oh, this one's so fun for you. You pick out Milky Way whiskey, a light blue drink that tastes like very watered down sweetened milk
Oh,
with a lot of
Ooh.
alcohol. Besides giving a quick buzz, it also gives bones. And sorry, this is really funny. I'm gonna read to you guys the exact wording, and I want you to see if this post reminds you of anything. It gives bones and thus teeth blue fluorescent glow for 1d4 hours. So please roll a d4
That's
to confirm that bones are teeth. Teeth are bones.
teeth are bones, bones are teeth. Oh, no.
The D4 is the tooth-shaped dice, you know?
Yes.
Oh, only one.
Glowy bones. But we looks
Okay.
great with glowy bones because she's blue, so she like light up.
Yeah, you look real cool.
Yeah.
Bluey
I
turned this
got-
whole thing
what-
into a
I got
rave.
it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Inks.
Who's doing the music?
Oh, who's doing the music? The music is by a skinny, tall man with like long, messy hair who's just going. Like a flute and a drum. He's like boom boom. And then,
I feel like Luran's pretty good musicians on his show.
yeah, there's a flautist dancing behind him, like.
Lizzo.
It's wondrous. And very strange. And so you guys all start getting drunk. Bluey, what did you roll on your d4?
Only one.
For an hour, you smile and your teeth just go beep. And Luran says, "You look like a lighthouse."
Cass and Allstep both rolled again.
Okay, Ulster. So you got a bad before.
22.
22.
22.
22.
I don't know about you.
22.
He's not even 22.
No.
Just a baby.
Okay, so Tinkerer's Tincture, dark and smooth, and when you drink it, oh, this is not good for Ulster. Ulster's not having a good time.
I can be stopped if Castle around knows what it
I
is.
think
though.
Luran will stop you, and he'll be like, "Right, I'm going to break one of our rules, just because I know that for you specifically, this will probably make it worse."
Why don't you pick one then?
Sure.
What did the Tinkerer's Tincture do?
What did it do?
Whistling and scraping noises are more apparent to your ears.
Oh no!
Oh.
That's not good.
He would have a meltdown. I would have a meltdown.
Okay, let me see.
That would be the worst thing ever.
Did you say whispering and scraping?
It makes like noise, like clicking. Like when you go into a room and you can hear the noise, no one else can. It's that.
I hate it.
Okay, Ulster, he passes you Dragon Milk. And he says, for this one, I'm going to just, and he takes your shoulders, puts his hand on the small of your back and wheels you towards the edge of the ship.
Right.
And he says, right, drink it down in one.
He does.
And trust me.
Glug.
Okay. He holds, you feel like a kind of like bubbling in your throat.
It's going to
He
break fire.
holds his fingers in front of your mouth and he's like, ready?
Yeah.
3. I think he actually holds like your chin like this. 3.
Just because.
2. And he flicks your lip and you just let out this huge burp. And as you do, a line of fire, blue fire for Ulster's sake, just unleashes over the horizon.
Oh.
And you see it just kind of like cast across the water like an explosion. It briefly illuminates all the fish in the sea below.
I think also startles and falls back.
Luran told him.
How does Brian feel about that with his aversion to fire?
Yeah, he's like, oh.
It's funny.
Yes, so funny. I think I might just stick with the ones that Cass prepared now.
You didn't like it.
It's
He slaps you on the back. Well, the other one I was going to get for you was, he says 2 couples in a shared household, 2 different types of hot tea, 1 in each mug.
Ulster looks at him, turns and goes to Cass. Cass, give me a drink.
Cass, you can make up a drink if you want.
Yeah, okay, I got a 41. What do I get?
You get. I like this chart. I think this is a lot of fun. You get a true dwarven stout, a strong drink, traditionally served on the rocks, pieces of stone lying in the bottom to give the true mining flavour, and it makes any dwarf feel nostalgic. So you
the mines. I hold.
Kind of appropriate. Okay, Cass is going to make you, Brian, the best drink.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it an adios, motherfucker?
Yeah, maybe. No, it's gonna. You kind of know, like you get like the sunset drinks.
Oh yeah.
But it's not going to be one of those because why would you want sunset colours? It's going to be like ice colours.
Aww.
So it's going to be like an ice sunset, and then on like it's kind of like frozen on the top. So it's kind of like Frozen as well.
That's so cute. Also looks very pleased with his drink and starts sipping. He did enjoy
it's
the
also
fire.
quite strong as well.
As you
Got a bit of
guys
Nevin in.
get your second drinks, you see that everyone is starting to kind of form a big circle. Some of people are eating, some people are talking to each other, and you manage to sort of slip in, hold onto your drinks. And some of the main kind of crew, so Shara, who is a human woman with like tawny kind of coloured hair and bright brown eyes, with a kind of toothy grin and a wrinkled, there's like little smile lines around her mouth, is sitting opposite you, Astra, and she leans in and she says, so, where did you learn your trade?
Picked up bits here and there.
A true sailor's answer. Sure you've never been on a ship before.
Not really.
Sorry, I thought when you were adjusting your camera, I thought you were like whacking Astra.
True sailor's
I've been
answer.
on a ship before.
Tell me your secrets.
As the music starts going, Astra asks Shara if she'd like to dance.
Oh.
She smiles and nods and finishes her drink, which turns her fingers blue, and makes her breath very icy cold. But she jumps up and bows down and mimics, even though she's wearing trousers, mimics curtsying, wearing a dress. And you guys can dance all around the deck. And as you do, there are other people kind of start clapping and creating a beat for you. I wonder if I should put some festival music on.
I think at that, Cass is also going to ask Brian to dance because she has a feeling that he's not had much fun in his life, and she's like, let's have a bit of fun.
He finishes his drink too fast, and then like, yes.
But Cass is going to lead.
Yeah, that's expected.
Yeah.
Ulster is a lady. He's very much not.
Astra was hoping to get like this kind of like communal dancing going on and like continue the conversation with Shara as like they go.
Tavern dance. That sounds about right, doesn't it? Ulster's a he him lady. Hell yeah. Oh, why did this?
Oh.
So you start dancing around, and Kat, you go over to Ulster and you hold him close and you start spinning him around. Luran smiles, takes another drink, and just kind of watches the dance, and then stands up himself and goes over to a member of his crew. I'm going to turn this down slightly.
This is fun music.
Goes over to a member of his crew, I think probably goes over to Ishan and gets him up and has him spinning him all around. Bluey, as you sort of are just watching the dance,
Bluey's on the side like...
Monzo style shuffles over and says, "It's probably, should we dance?"
All right, yes.
All right.
Oh, let's do it!
Sparks! You get up and...
oh shit, sorry, it's Sparks, not Bluey.
Clearly has no idea how to dance, but he does his best anyway. And he's like, the last time I danced, I was wearing proper dancing shoes. So this is going to be bad for me, but I'll do my best. And he sort of slips around.
Sorry to talk about this now. Does that mean you remember more than two things?
You're right. I've danced before.
Oh shit, sorry, I stepped on your foot.
And he starts dancing really awfully. He's like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Watch me go.
Watch me go.
Is that freestyle dance instructor?
Who's got hold of a drink in the party?
Who doesn't have a drink? Put your hands up.
I downed all of mine.
I've downed mine. So we all need a new drink, right?
It's probably only everyone needs a new drink. Do you guys want to roll again?
Yeah. Actually, I'll just see what Cass gives me.
For sure.
Okay. Ooh. Interesting. I'm gonna have a think about what I'm gonna give you.
Ulster's very trusting at this point in the game.
I'm going to also ask you guys to make me Constitution saving throws. Cass with advantage, as you start to get what I might consider a drunk.
The number I sent is not the con saving throw, it's the drink number.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Oh my god! Bluey, you get Dragonborn blood wine.
Oh.
When you drink it, you're able to use a breath attack once in the next 10 minutes.
Oh my god. Sorry, this is a con save.
Please.
Oh wow. 22 for Ulster.
Okay.
Hang
Cass,
on,
you pick up a shot of herbal liquor, wrapped in ham.
No,
Green cobalt.
I'm rolling again. Absolutely not. I want a fun drink.
Yeah, you guys can grab what you want if you want.
40.
Okay. You get a drink that's served in a hollow ice cube. As the ice melts in your mouth, the drink comes out. So you hold it in your mouth, and it makes you gradually more and more drunk as time goes on.
Okay. I'm gonna give that one to Ulster as well.
He sticks his tongue out and he's like,
What does Astra have?
The con save for Astra, by the way, was an 18. Surprising.
Same with Cass.
Nice.
Astra's willing to like try whatever is like passed to her. So
beautiful. Blue, what is your con save? What was your constitution save again?
Spark's got 19.
19.
They're doing pretty well.
Nice, guys. You're feeling tipsy, but not like ridiculously drunk yet.
Astra, you go to take a sip of your drink, and you see that there's a penny at the bottom, which means you have to down it.
It means you have to drink it all.
Astra, like, will just kind of like lights up a little bit, like, okay, I see the challenge presented, and goes for the chug.
Chug, 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 chug,
chug. You guys all yell as you chug down your drink. Now, as the dancing goes on, I think you guys have been cycling through partners quite a bit.
Yeah.
Ulster, you end up dancing with Ishan, who is a head taller than you, so it's a little bit of a situation. But if you look at him with the alcohol goggles, he looks not too bad. Maybe even attractive.
What race is Ishan?
Probably half elf.
Half elf, close enough.
He is kind of dark skin, black hair, brown eyes, wearing a like a traditional sailor's clothing.
I think also he's not super drunk. The effects of the ice cube though bolstered him, so I think he's behaving in a similar way as to how he was back in the tavern when he was in Astra's body.
Mm-hmm.
So he's probably been dancing around, having a lot of fun. And then when he gets to Ishan, he's like, Ishan, what do you do on this ship?
Me? Oh.
I've been asking everyone I need to know so I can make a mental.
And the boot stained?
What does that mean?
Again, second.
What does that mean?
I'm the officer in charge of equipment and in crew. So I just make sure that everyone's there on the boat, and crew on the crew as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's your favourite piece of equipment?
What's my favourite piece of equipment?
Yeah.
Huh. I'm a big fan of barrels.
Barrels. Okay, cool.
He's lying.
Sure. And he like lifts you up and spins you around.
Wait.
Also make a charisma check, please.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Look. Oh my god.
I got Riz.
Riz. And as Ishan kind of puts you down, he kind of looks over at you and just sort of smiles and says, do you want to go talk somewhere private? Like, we can have a chat.
About your barrels?
Yeah.
Okay. He goes off with him.
Nice.
Barrels.
Everyone else, the dancing keeps carrying on. The drinks keep flowing. And I think, Astra, you're dancing with Luran as this happens. And Luran watches as Ulster goes over with Ishan. Narrows his eyes. Interesting.
At your side suddenly appears Cass with a line of shots. Shots?
Yes, Luran takes them all and drinks each one.
Oh my god.
Cass looks annoyed, goes back, gets more, and just like gives them straight to Astra. Like, they work for you.
My shit. I want.
My alcohol.
You guys notice that he's just kind of like watching the pile of barrels with curiosity.
Can I insight check Luran? I think I got an idea of what's going on, but
he's jealous.
21.
He can do what he wants. I mean, look, I don't own him. I'm just saying, I would prefer if my crew didn't mess with my cargo.
I mean, he can do what he wants, and so can you. It's your ship.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Astra.
Astra's like, no.
Like the
Astra's
immediate
very,
repellent.
like, chummy. Like, not...
It's not wifey, is it?
Your Riz isn't what it was, Luran.
No, I get it.
Sorry, what did Luran say? I missed
It's not
it.
wifey, is it?
Here comes the smolder.
Do you have anything to say?
It literally, like, the audio ate it twice in a row.
It's not working, is it?
What's not working?
She doesn't even know. They don't even know. Oh, Cass is out in the corner just laughing at Luran. Like,
Was Luran trying to make like a
Luran,
face at an alluring kind of face at Astra?
Yeah.
I'm not the one you want to be making that face at, so but
Yeah.
it is appreciated.
Eh. Look, I'm not like Cass. I can't keep 1 or 6 on the ship. I'm the boss. That would just cause so many issues.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's too messy. It's too messy.
it's not. You hear Cass from the corner, like, it's fine.
Wow, it's just these aren't barrels.
Have you guys seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine? Has anyone here seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Some of it, yeah.
Because there's a scene where it's like he's being honeypotted and he goes to a barrel museum and he's like, this barrel is amazing. And he spends like in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh my god.
I'll find the barrel scene and I will send it to you.
Look at these barrels.
So full step.
Yeah.
You Ishan goes with you behind the barrels. And there's a little perch.
Oh.
And he sits down and he pats next to him.
So a lot of people sitting in the barrels. He sits down.
Yeah.
And then much to talk about.
We could talk about a lot of things. And he like puts his arm over your shoulders.
Hello.
Hey.
What are you doing with your face?
And I've just like I caught a nerve.
Oh, also starts massaging it. Is that better?
Yeah, that's way better.
Right.
Yeah.
So about the barrels?
Oh, I mean, these are the barrels.
Yeah, they're very nice. What's in them?
Well, these ones, it's like different types of fish, compact herbs.
Oh.
I don't really know much about any of that, though. So I don't really care.
I thought you liked barrels.
I have barrels. I don't really care about like herbs and flowers and fish and stuff.
Oh, okay.
It's just not really interesting to me.
Okay.
So what do you do? What's your name?
Brian.
Brian. What do you do?
I collect. Well, I like herbs. You see, so maybe with your knowledge of barrels and my knowledge of herbs, we can start a herb barrel business.
You could put your herbs in my barrels. I couldn't do that. You could put your herbs in my barrels, Brian, any day if you would like to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. But I thought they were Luran's barrels, not your barrels, since this is Luran's ship.
Well, yeah, but they can be anything you want, baby.
Why? I'm not a baby.
I'm trying to be like seductive.
Oh.
Do you wanna,
Well, wow. Also, it looks like he's considering.
Look at the time. I've got to go sleep with your captain.
I mean, you are quite tall. How old are you?
I mean, I'm older than Ran, but like in what age metric?
I mean, you're a half elf, so probably got some of that aging.
To humans? Yeah, I'm like 24.
A bit young, but sure.
I'm older than. Wait, okay. So, sure. We're gonna kiss.
Also, I was like,
Oh, sick, yeah. And he felt leaning in, like, Ulster, do you actually want to kiss this guy?
I think Ulster is in the throes of considering it when Ishan tries to
I love
kiss him.
is that Emma has tried to make it like the least attractive possible, and yet somehow you're still going for it because Emma kind of wants to sabotage it for her baby Luran, and yet you're still kind of yeah.
I created Ishan for our book
Yeah.
as part of the crew, and he's not like sort of like
No.
he's quite fine. He's
Yeah.
like not like just a normal dude. But anyway, he's like, yeah. I mean, after all, we do look like we would make a good match. You know, I'm tall, you're short. I've got these barrels. You've got those herbs.
Wow.
You at this point stand with your passive perception.
You just see Luran like
I was actually going to say, sitting up on the edge of the boat behind you, watching this with his like hand on his chin, is Luran. His fingers kind of just tapping. They look a little bit sharp, but he's just like watching you, as if to say, "Just let me know when you want an escape route."
I was like, wow, the barrels and the herb sounds. Is that Ishan or Luran doing that? He kind of puts his fingers on Ishan's lips.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. You want to take this to somewhere even more private. The hammocks.
You guys do that in the hammocks?
Well, there's other people around. I'm like, there's like curtains. This ship's like one big massive orgy. I mean, I don't know what you're thinking.
Wow, you know, I've had so much alcohol. Goodness, I feel like I'm going to throw up in a very unsexy way.
Do you pretend to throw up?
He like hiccups.
There's also like a rainbow, like. At which point Luran comes over, and he just says, "How about you leave it for this time, Ishan? He seems to have drunk a lot, and you've got so many more chores to do." And Ishan's like, "I'm pretty sure I did all my tasks for today. I've just assigned you 17 more." And Ishan's like, "Oh, right, okay, bye. Hey, Ulster, Brian, I see you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You know, my hammock's big enough for me, and you could then also be there."
That's nice. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Also turns to Luran once Ishan leaves.
How's that? He is a good kisser, but he's just not got a good personality.
Why is he on your crew then?
It's funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to keep someone like that around to really humble you. Also, he's trustworthy.
Also, why were you stalking him?
Because I noticed that you guys went off together, and I know what he's like. Did you want me to let you guys carry on?
Can I insight Luran? 15.
Besides, you can do better. And you get the feeling that that was his main point.
Mm-hmm. So if I picked someone better, you wouldn't have a problem with me going to look at barrels with them.
Well, on this crew, who's better?
Do you like barrels, Luran?
Smooth. I think he gives you a kiss, if you say that.
Also kind of hiccups, but then he will allow the kiss, and he'll kiss him back.
He kisses you, and you make out. Behind the barrels.
Behind the barrels.
Kiss the girl.
The music in the background.
Cass would be Sebastian in that scene. Just like
La, 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 la. You see Ishan and Luran swap out.
What?
And Ishan's like, "Hey guys, guess what? I've really hooked something. I've got him real good."
Cass looks at Astra and kind of laughs.
Yeah. I told him that he could come to my my I gave him the old the barrel.
Is there an alcoholic drink that makes people lose their voice?
Yeah, I was about to say that makes them shut up.
Astra
Can I
is laughing behind her hand, but it's.
Can I give it to Shan and make him stop?
Sure. That would be nice. My favourite. My voice. What happened to my voice? And he's just kind of loses his voice. He's like. He starts dancing with moms as well.
Oh, that's so funny. Cass is going to ask Astra to dance.
Astra will happily oblige. They've been enjoying all of the dancing.
Amazing. As you two are dancing, Bluey, now that there are fewer partners, someone else joins. Joins you and sort of starts dancing alongside parallel. And it is a bald woman with bright blue eyes, athletic build, rather stocky. She appears to be either a shorter human or a taller dwarf, and she seems to be quite attractive, you would say.
Quite what, sorry?
Attractive, you would say. And she comes up to you and she says, "Can I dance?"
Yes.
Cool.
Yes,
And she,
thank you.
Nice. And she joins in. She says, "My name's Boba."
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to introduce myself.
Sparks.
Nice. Can I ask you? So, are they a thing? And she nods over to Cass and Astra.
They've shared space.
That is actually incorrect. They have not shared space yet.
At the tavern, or
no?
Oh no,
they got interrupted.
It was totally fiction. It was all made up. It never happened.
Well, they stayed in the same room.
It never happened. Sorry. I was overwhelmed by that meme. So, they're both free game, in theory.
I believe Astra said that though she has someone at home, both her and them are fairly open. And if you're part of this ship, I think you know who Cass is.
Yeah. Oh, great.
You know what
Can you remind me? And she or maybe I should ask, who are you?
To Cass?
To you.
Oh, sorry. Who am I?
I think Astra and Cass are gonna dance a little bit closer to you at this point, and Cass is gonna message you, Sparks, and just be like, "She's flirting with you," and then dance away.
You know what? Sparks is more than just a name. It's a lifestyle. And Sparks starts to just to climb up the mast. If it's been within 10 minutes of that drink,
What?
Yeah.
she's going to get up to, I don't know, maybe do some sort of strength or athletics or something check.
Yes.
Can I do that?
Already. Make me an athletics check.
I love that you had Lala, and then you picked Lala up, and Lala was like, "I'm fucking out," and then Baz is like, "I'll replace Lala."
Food.
Emma, I would like to use that inspiration from earlier, just to be sure.
Okay. Sparks, I want that on a shirt. Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Athletics.
Do your maths.
14.
Perfect. I knew that's enough. So what happened is Boba is on the ship.
Oh yeah.
She was one of the 6 people. Went up to dance with with Sparks to get more info on Astra, and then Sparks said something cute.
And then
Boba was like, "Who are you?" And then Anna said, Sparks is not just a name, it's a lifestyle. It's not scaling the mast.
Oh my god.
Okay, with a 14, you climb the rigging up to the crow's nest. Why not?
Yes, and she bellows from the top. You all want to see a dragon roar?
Astra is cheering Bluey on, or cheering Sparks on.
Go Sparks!
And I would love if there's still the hint of fluorescent blue teeth.
Definitely.
As she opens her mouth and a huge arc of lightning comes out from that drink.
Yeah. Stunning. Boba roars up, "That's what! A dragon!" And Sparks does a breath of lightning as you reverse lightning from the ground up to the clouds.
Also around it.
Sorry,
Also around it.
also in Luran see it. And it is the only thing that breaks you out from, like, you know how stereotypically if someone's making out with someone like a show,
Oh yeah.
there's like legs and there's like, and you just go, huh? Lightning. And I was like,
Oh,
what was that?
doesn't matter.
I think
I love what the idea is that you guys are having like kind of like a very intense but quite like coupley thing, and then it's just become an absolute rager on the rest of the deck thanks to Bluey. It's like absolutely, it's like got feral. Everyone's like, yeah, just like,
there's lights, there's fireworks, there's like people like taking shots, playing drinking games. There's a non-alcoholic fun in the corner as well for anyone who wants it.
And a sensory room.
And there's a sensory room as well.
okay, good.
Yeah.
Sparks is scaling back down the mast, but like head first, like a fucking lizard.
Jackass.
And yes, is wanting to know what Boba thinks.
She will.
God, we're all little sluts in this game, aren't we?
Why not? She is very impressed and winks at you, Cass, and says, "You've got some fun friends now."
Mm-hmm.
I've always had fun friends. She winks back.
True, I was one of them.
Until
Exactly.
I'm going to say that on that image with Boba kind of like waiting for you at the bottom of the mast, she kind of like pulls you forward, and if you wish to,
Spider-Man kisses you.
and raise you up and like swing you around.
That's so cute.
Like dirty dancing style.
Wait, how does she? Hang on, I'm confused how this works physically. What's?
It's D&D, not Lily. Anna, it's D&D. Excuse me.
I haven't been the other day. I called Erin Emma.
It's D&D. Everything's possible.
Okay, yes. Sparks will be flung around by Boba to whatever extent Boba wants.
Well, there you go. Right. Everyone, I'm going to do something really fun because we're getting to the end of the game.
We've got 40 minutes left.
Do you play till 2?
She said she could play till 2.
Sick. Okay. I'm going to do something very fun. Or at least it's fun for me.
So we get to hear all about everyone's escapades, starting with Bluey.
Naturally.
Oh, I thought something terrible.
Right.
You can message me anything if you want to.
It's not to actually act out. It's just
Roll performance, Bluey.
So, smash cut.
Who's judging all of us?
Yes.
as he should.
Cass are getting closer. He burped. Classic. Bluey and Boba spinning around.
Move out of their way.
Also, Luran,
Yeah.
everybody knows what's going on.
Everybody knows.
Smash cut. It's like 4 a.m. because you guys started fairly early, probably crashed early-ish.
Did everyone end up sleeping on the deck like Ulster said?
Probably. Now, I want you guys to tell me where you end up at 4 a.m. Roughly, where do you
Cass
think you are?
would have invited Astra to her private room. I'm leaving that up to Aelin to decide whether Aelin is down for that. But Cass would have been like,
I think that Astra would have thrown caution to the wind.
Okay.
Roll performance.
Roll before. Yeah.
Yeah, so
If you want to.
Should we do that? That's quite fun. Should we do it?
Funny.
Cass
That
has
is pretty
a
good,
guest in her room.
But Luran and Ulster also need to do that as well.
They're not going to have sex.
They're not going to have sex.
Yeah, kissing performances count.
He's like,
No, don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Drawing your life stories on each other with gold eyeliner counts as performance too.
I agree. Telling stories on each other with gold eyeliner.
Yeah.
Performance.
Telling stories on each other.
You asked me to roll for performance, and I did. And I sent it to the group chat.
Oh my god! I bet it's brilliant because you're amazing at performance.
Well, they're getting married, aren't they?
Oh, how the turntables turn!
Natural 20 for 24.
You're not going to believe
That's
this
a
either.
beautiful, beautiful dice.
No, are you guys having mind-blowing sex?
But also Cass has +4 as well, so it's also 24.
Guys, right? Okay, I don't even want to know. I want
Did you
to
two
imagine.
nat 20 together and also get the same score?
You
That's
not-
quite funny.
Yes,
Oh
we
my
did.
god!
Did you just say nat 20?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was funny. Also, those are pretty cute. I think that's fake. I think that's.
I'm ready for a walk.
Wait, this is.
This is the spiciest we've ever gotten, right? Like this is
Yes.
So they have an amazing time. We get it.
You guys have a
Oh, guys.
Okay.
yeah, you're at it for hours. Come on.
I like like this little open box of little silent spells that you can take.
Oh my god, he does. He has silent spell tokens that you can use. For fun. Lala's really growling. Bluey, 4 a.m. You up to? Oh my god! Apparently Lala's in the bath.
I think after doing stuff that Sparks would consider very outside her wheelhouse, but Boba may perhaps consider very tame.
Aww.
A while later, I imagine if there's a bunch of
Little munchkin.
if there are still sober people doing sober things, then I think Sparks would want to join them, and Boba could accompany.
Roll for performance.
No, it's okay.
No, roll for card performance.
Okay. So
Shall I?
You guys have some fun and settle down around the cards.
I think I'm dirty.
What?
I think I'm dirty.
Yes. And a little tan fire, which just keeps you all warm, and it's pretty good. It's a pretty fun time. The deck is now quite quiet though. The DJ is just like asleep on one of the rescue boats. Only the flautist is still going like and anyone who's not aware of themselves has gone below deck, with the exception of the DJ, because it is a bit rocky at night. And it's also a bit hard to see what's going on outside of the boat. So it's fine. Can I have my excuse? Yeah. But for those more inebriated, they've gone below deck.
Why don't everyone take Ulster?
Ulster, you startle and pull up from the round bed. If that's okay.
Okay. No,
Look,
no coitus.
No coitus. Hiding from Baz. Lala is hiding from Baz.
A silly Billy.
He's aware of him. It's like, oh.
Right, now fight for who the better cat is. Go.
Yeah. He's gonna go. He's gonna go.
Can you go? I was a bit disappointed.
Oh. Anyway. Also, you start up, kind of like rumpled over the covers of Luran's bed. Luran has like got one arm like thrown up like over his head, and he's like, he lied about not snoring. He's snoring just gently,
Like someone I know.
I love you. I don't snore all the time. It's just because I've got a bit of a stuck throat. Anyway, hi Baz. And you start up as you feel like the boat rocks slightly.
Oh. I thought there were stabilizers in this room. Hello. Wow, okay. He puts a pillow delicately between them.
Luran just kind of like turns onto his side. What? Why are you in my bed?
Well, we can discuss that later.
Okay.
I don't want to alarm you, but something just rocked the boat.
Oh, I am. I mean, speak for yourself. I'm joking. Okay.
I don't understand.
He gets up and he goes over to the back of the captain's cabin, which has a set of glass doors, where your bed is unused and set up. And he pulls one open and goes out onto the balcony. And he kind of like looks out and he sends a very subtle golden thread down below and around the boat. And he's just like, I'm just going to check.
Also, it's kind of looking himself over and like,
You want to cover those up?
what?
In case your dad calls again.
Also scrambles to the wardrobe.
Beautiful.
Hello.
You guys, you're waiting for Luran to kind of like say something. But before he can, there's another shake.
Gosh. I don't feel so good.
He looks up at you and he says, be a dear and go get Cass.
What? Can't you just message her?
I think it's best if we all start accumulating in the same place.
Okay, also pulls the first thing out of the wardrobe and gets into it. Because I don't have any clean clothes.
So,
without knowing how that will look, he stumbles outside to find Cass.
So, you pull on a random shirt and start walking through the corridors. And Cass, you also start. Astro, you start as well, sitting up. I'm assuming blankets falling down, scrambling for clothes, as you realise something is shaking the boat. Bluey.
And it's not you guys.
And it's not you guys.
I don't think.
That's what you think.
Bluey, you're starting to notice this too, but from the top deck to get something.
Oh no. No, not the manuals.
Yeah, I figured out the wrong one.
Oh.
Like, if we aren't woken up by, like, outsiders, just to put out there, I don't think Astra's really scrambling for clothes so much as like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to wake you, or, Was sleeping here okay?
Wait, I'm confused. What?
To Cass was sleep. Astra's like, hey, oh, sorry, I didn't leave. Was it okay that I slept here?
Yeah, of course it was okay. What are you talking about? Yeah, it's obviously fine.
Okay, cool. And just they start getting ready.
Cass isn't that mean, right? That was amazing, but now fuck off because I want to sleep on my own.
I want to see you again.
That sounds about right. Classic.
Would Sparks be able to very sleepily try and like quickly put on her armor?
It takes
Takes 10 minutes, does it?
you can start.
Okay, yeah, I'm starting.
Cool.
See, this is the chainmail, but on top of it, or actually underneath it, there's some important, padding.
Gotcha.
Not just my pecs, as you're saying to Boba.
You sure? So, as you feel this shaking beginning to increase, Luran snaps the thread up back to his wrist, and he follows you quickly out of the cabin, Ulstem, and he puts a hand on your shoulder and he just says,
What's happening?
"We have company.
What do you mean?
Pirates."
Ah. What do they want?
At a guess, one of us.
Let's put Astra below deck.
I am most wanted. Luran, as he passes each of the rooms that you all are in, he bashes on the door and he just says, up, everybody up.
Also politely knocks after him. Please get up.
Okay.
Hello.
What's going on?
Cass is immediately up and fully armed, and is also making sure that the rest of the crew is getting up and on deck.
We also in around silk nightshirt.
He looks around at the crew, looks around at the mess, and he just says, everybody, pirate maneuvers. And he goes over to the side of the ship, and we've
had a long rest, right?
A long rest? No?
We slept.
You napped.
Oh.
The party happened.
Have we had a short rest?
We've had a short rest, yes.
Okay, good.
He goes over to a rope on the side of the ship and he pulls it down. And as he does, it snaps and sparks.
Ooh.
And a very subtle shift in the air falls over the ship. And around you, it immediately starts to change. I'm sorry, I can hear myself slightly. I'll be quiet. It immediately starts to change.
He's licking his bottom. Shame him.
The lustrous red wood.
Shame.
Doesn't count. The beautiful redwood starts to dull and flake. The masts go from circular to a kind of rough and tattered, white cream, and the ropes become far less pristine. The gold filigree on the side of the boat fades to nothing, and Luran says,
Quite smart.
"You'll know the drill." As he whips off his sash and flips it around, showing a deep purple colour on the other side.
You're pretending to... I get it.
Yeah. It's crazy.
What would you like us to do?
Speaking of, Cass, feel free to use disguise. It's up to you. As usual.
What did you say? Feel free to use as a disguise.
As you like. And if you wish to disguise yourself, you can, using magical means. Anyone will assist you if you don't have the spell slot for that.
What do we do?
Well, it's you. I personally think you and you, and he points to Istra and Istra, need a little help hiding from any interested parties.
I can turn into an animal.
Do you want to do that?
Do you want me to go do some reconnaissance?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. He will turn into a seagull.
A signal. Do not get close enough for an arrow to shoot you down.
He nods and pecks Luran's shoulder before flying off.
Astro, what are you going to do?
I can change my appearance for an hour or so.
Perfect.
Make it as mundane as possible, so you just look like one of the crew.
Perfect.
Can do.
If it looks like we're going to be boarded, change your appearance. Sparks, how do you feel?
So we're pretending to be not ourselves.
Not ourselves.
Look, I feel like it'd be a good idea for me to have my armor on, but would that make me a bit identifiable, or at the very least, would it make me seem a bit out of place?
Who keeps messaging you? Instagram. Take a cloak. And Luran throws over a piece of what is essentially just canvas, with a ribbon tied around the throat. And he just says, so for you, and you, and he points to Ulster, Astra, and
Ulster's already flown off.
I think you would have said this before, if that's okay. For you three, and Cass is here anyway, so let me explain. When pirates come near, the worst thing that you can be is rich and full of cargo. So naturally, we are, what are we? We're pirates.
Destitute.
Good. The barrels over there, points to the barrels, which you can see still look pristine, are our decoy. Under no circumstances, if we're boarded, are they allowed to go below deck. If they try and go below deck, we get them and we go. Understood?
Like kill them, or
Yeah.
And toss them overboard.
Yeah.
And then go back to their ship and take everything that they have.
Yeah.
Are they likely morally not good?
Definitely.
Yes.
They're going to steal from us.
And try and kill us.
Okay.
Yeah, that too.
Right, I'm going to go check him out.
Okay. Like I said, don't get too close.
He's gone.
Wonderful.
Seal's covered in these weird pink marks.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Blue's like,
As he goes, I said it correctly first time. Luran kind of comes over to you, Cass, and he just says, you got lucky.
Is it luck?
That's skill, isn't it? I can trust you with the crew.
You know you can.
But I'm worried about he looks over at the seagull Ulster. I might fly around.
I think that's a good idea.
And Luran unfolds the carpet and takes off and goes high enough that you can't really see him. And then eventually you lose sight of him.
Yeah.
Cass, you're in charge of the ship.
Everyone ready for boarding and get in positions.
Sick. So cool.
squawk, squawk.
You fly over the ocean, the open water, in the direction Luran motioned to. And coming out of the darkness, you see a small sailing vessel. It's nothing more really than a couple of masts and a large crow's nest, if anything like that.
Can I see anyone on the deck?
One person there.
What do they look like?
They appear to be sea elf, perhaps. And they're wearing dark purple sash. But this one doesn't look quite as nice as Luran's do.
Can I land on the mast to eavesdrop if there's any?
Sure.
And can I roll perception? What is
I
a
think I know
20?
what's happening.
And as you land, you hear a voice just sort of saying, "Got eyes on the ship. I reckon they got that cargo you're looking for, Edge."
Oh, for God's sake.
Shall we come up? Or do we want to get a bit closer? Right, gotcha. And he brings his hand away from his ear, and you see there's a small conch shell in there, which he seems to have been using to speak to, and he hooks it on his belt.
I got a 22. What can I observe about this ship?
This ship is not the entirety of the ship. The rest of the ship seems to be underwater. And as you make that observation, there is a rush of like almost a sucking noise. Sparks, how are you doing?
Sorry, does that imply that this is like a submarine?
No, they've got water breathing and they're under the water and they're coming up on the ship.
So okay, sorry. You don't mean that the ship extends far down below water. You mean that
like an iceberg.
What?
It's an iceberg. It's like an iceberg. The top of the ship is over water. The rest of the ship is underwater. It's partially submerged. So you're only looking at the crow's nest at the moment, which is meant to look like a small sailing vessel.
Whoa.
This cargo is me, right?
No, supposedly. It was last time.
Can I... It's a really good point. Baz? Sorry, Baz is being really noisy. Do they have any kind of wanted posters, any information?
Well, let me explain the next thing and then you'll see what's going on here. There's this huge sort of rush of water and a sucking sound as the ship that you're on rumbles and it raises up out of the water with a boink, like a bounce, and crashes back down. Everybody on the ship, you feel the water rocking back and forth. And larger than the Valentine, which is quite tough.
Size doesn't matter.
Which is quite tough. You see a greenish blue kind of toned ship that's covered in barnacles and seaweeds. There are fish flopping on the deck that are being picked off by crew. A crew which is mostly Safagan and CL.
Oh, bloody hell. Trauma from another campaign.
Mostly what and something in CLs, did you say?
Safagan. Why did you do this? For fun.
Say it again.
Safagan. They appear as these
horrible fishmen,
fish creatures, like
big, muscly, big teeth.
Yeah.
Some of them have 4 arms.
Can Cass see all of this?
If you pull out, you can see a ship, but not necessarily the individuals on it.
If Luran messages,
can I look?
Yeah,
and see.
You can see.
Okay.
You can see the ship has come up from under the water.
Can I do a
me.
perception check for our surroundings to see? Is it just ocean? Is there some rocks? Is there anything that I can sort of use in the natural terrain?
Yes.
19.
Cool. There is a natural bay to your right where the prayer landmass kind of sort of stretches out, which is big enough to fit your ship, but it might not be big enough to fit theirs. So if you maneuvered the ship around to wedge in between the rocks and the land, then you'll get some cover from there. If you wanted to just protect yourself.
Would we then be cornered though?
Yes, that is the only one.
And they can swim.
Weakness.
Can I use my ship knowledge to figure out whether I think, because they're bigger than we are, so we should have more maneuverability, but are they going to be faster than us? Can I figure that out? What should I roll?
Roll intelligence doesn't seem. I think.
Survival?
Survival, yes.
Survival? Okay. Ooh, that was all right. 17.
17. You've encountered ships like this before. You can hazard a guess that you are going to be faster than them.
Okay.
In fact, if you can maneuver there and turn the ship around, you could even kind of set up a defensive position.
What, in the bay?
In the bay, yeah.
Because Cass is deciding whether to send, like, take them for a bit of a run, or whether to, because the problem with that is then they will be cornered.
Yeah.
With the bay, which I think Cass doesn't like. She's gonna shout to the crew, right, everybody, we're gonna take these fuckers on a merry chase.
Nice.
Get everything ready. We're about to go.
Okay, so Ishan falls in, taking the rescue boats, preparing them with guns, knives, everything, any weapon you could, filling them up, just on the off chance, and then covers them with a tarpaulin. The rest of the crew take their places. The cannons are wheeled around below deck, and the windows are opened so that you can fire should you wish to. Now, Ulster.
Yeah.
Keeping an eye on the crew here, you notice that the ship is larger, the crew is smaller.
Okay.
Most of them are sea elves, and there are about 4 Sahuagin who appear to be commanding these this crew. There's no more than 20 people here.
Okay. And is there any indication who they're looking for? Because Ulster knows various people have bounties out, but Edge in particular was looking for him, and secondarily Astra.
You can make a pretty firm judgment that they're probably looking for you, as they mentioned Edge and referred to her. And that is a judgment that is confirmed when from below deck, you see one single person who does not seem to have any water breathing apparatus, but instead has a bubble of air around their mouth and throat, which bursts as they break above water. Green skin, tiefling, badly burned, but alive. You see Edge stalking up and down the top deck of the ship.
Scratch. Right. Ulster has 2 ideas. I'm just going to mute and ask you which one. My question was mildly, which one would annoy you less as the DM? So I think Ulster will... He doesn't actually know Luran's on the carpet, does he?
No.
That kind of makes my decision then. He will fly to the front of the ship and transform back into himself and just yell out, Edge!
She whips around and like, what?
Hi, I'm not over there, I'm here. So I'm going to go that way.
The next!
Right, off I go. He transforms back and starts flying.
Okay, I'm going to need you to make me a...
Actually, no. He's going to transform into... Can I just check something?
Yeah.
Because there's a... Okay.
I want you to know that Cass is also watching everything that's happening on deck as she's shouting instructions. So she does see this, and she's like, we might be chasing instead of being chased.
That's better. Hold on. He is going to turn into... I'm just double checking. He's going to turn into a No, he wouldn't do that. He's going to turn into a shark.
Cool.
Massive chompers.
What kind of shark? A mako shark?
I'm just checking which one it would be. Yeah, go for a mako shark. That's quite Ulster.
Okay.
They're the ones with the teeth, right?
They have very spiky teeth, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. As you turn into a shark, I would like you to make me an initiative roll, please.
Found the mako shark stats.
Oh, cool. Is it the same level as the regular shark?
Oh, that's homebrew. Hold on. I don't want to use that.
If you just use a shark.
Yeah, I'll just use a
make
shark.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to use a homebrew.
Emma,
Yes.
an idea. It might not work. It might be a bit stupid. But while the ships aren't engaged in actual like one-on-one, do you want to roll initiative for the ships as well? So like
that is what we're going to be doing. Yeah.
Nice.
Roll initiative. I'll have you take the charge of it then.
Do I use my initiative for the ship?
This initiative at the moment is just for Ulster and the Sahuagin to see who hits the water first.
It's going to
and then we'll do the votes.
Okay.
17 for initiative. I'm going to use the reef shark because I can't find just basic shark.
That's fine. So long as it's within the challenge rating.
It is.
Anything's fine.
It is.
Okay. Right. So, Ulster, you manage to hit the water first, but as you do, 4 Sahuagin jump in after you. Actually, no, I'll say 3 because one will stay up on the deck to do
Swimming.
And you're going to dash, I assume. What direction?
That's 80 feet.
80 feet. Okay.
Yeah.
Quickly following after you, the Sahuagin, right on your tail, within like gripping distance of you, dash after. Now, from the
It'd be really funny if they rolled higher and just brought it back on deck and also was like, oh shit. That didn't work.
Cass, you can see one of the Sahuagin edge kind of raise their arms and then lower down. And you're like, what's going on? And then you look over and there is a huge sort of like spear-like contraption with a net held at 4 corners. And all at once, each of the corners fires out. Ulster.
Oh, fuck. Okay. They really brought the... Guys. I'm flattered.
What the fuck?
Hey, Brian.
That is... Okay. Does 18 hit you as a shock?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
With 18, as you're swimming forwards, you suddenly hit into this net and you are restrained.
Can I start biting the net?
You can, yeah. You can use your next turn to try and escape.
Okay. He starts thrashing
at the end of your next turn.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Cass, you see this, and then following further, splash, 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 in the water.
Fuck's sake. Right, everybody. We're going to have to board.
I was trying to help you, so the net.
Get ready to board the other ship. We need a skeleton crew to remain on this one to defend it, but I need everyone else ready to board.
Okay.
Wouldn't you rather it was this way around, guys?
So, because we've only got about 5 minutes left, I'm going to end it on this.
Okay.
Also, you start biting through the net. And as you do, you feel net being pulled, reeled back in towards the ship. You manage to make just one breakthrough, but around you, you see Sahwagan. 3 of them floating alongside you, watching you.
I'm going to eat you.
You let out some bubbles. Cass.
Level 20 all style, like, oh, I have to.
Right. The 3 of you stand on top deck as the crew scrambles, and you prepare to board Edge's boat. Bluey.
Well, we're going to try and bomb it first, and then we're going to try and board.
Okay.
But yes.
I think Sparks would put herself nearest to wherever the ship could board. The what's it called? What's Luran's nice ship called?
The
Valentine. In the sense that if a bunch of us are rushing on, then she could protect people by intercepting a few things, maybe.
If I was smart, yeah. You can do that.
All right.
So what do you mean? As in, like, staying to protect the Valentine?
No, I'm thinking sort of if a bunch of us are rushing onto the other ship, or the other ship's going to try and board us, then Sparks would stay
barrier.
near allies and try and take the first few hits, or intercept. Yeah.
Also distracted them, right, from going after Valentine.
Yes. So that you guys are going to have advantage on your initiative roll.
So, guys, I helped.
Something else.
Cass, like,
if I was smart, I would have made the Sahwagan use shark telepathy to have you turn around and come back.
no, because I still have my own brain, so it shouldn't have worked. Wouldn't have worked.
Right. And with that,
How's the right rank called this?
up in the air. Oh, it's like, oh, for God's sake, are you kidding me? I'm not going to kiss this guy.
Fuck's sake.
Joking, baby. But yeah, we will end it there for today.
Yeah.
Rude.
Thank you so much for the game. It was
That's
awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
I hope you enjoyed it. Put my dice down.
It was nice to play again.
It
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Can I just say, I am going away for a bit, so we'll message later about doing a game, because either it's going to be quite a long wait or it's going to be sooner than usual. So we will.
Keep our eyes.
Just to let you know,